Well, here we go. Welcome back to Two Homers and a Realist. Boys, it is Nagyball season. We're going to cover the transfer portal, the upcoming college football playoffs, and who we're for, who we're against, and we're going to make some predictions. I'm Steve.
I'm Connor.
Jay.
Lucas.
So we got the college football playoff coming up tomorrow, which means I have to get this pod out now tonight since I have kind of dated it. But our predictions will be there. OU's obviously not in it, but the good news is that for me at least, only one team that I really don't want to win is still in it. Everybody else that I don't want to win is out. I don't want Oregon to win, and I'm okay with anyone else
I
winning.
don't think they will.
And I got my preferences.
I don't think I. Okay, yeah, we'll talk about that.
I don't want Ole Miss winning
I do.
because they're in our pod and we have to recruit against them.
That
I
doesn't
don't want
bother
them.
me at all.
I don't want them to be good, and I don't want Lane Kiffin collecting $750 for this game and $1 million if they win it all.
Those are good reasons. I like those reasons. I don't worry about the recruiting angle. I don't think that matters.
I think it does.
I don't think it matters at all.
I don't know if it matters anymore.
Marginally, how does it matter? They've already stabbed it. Even the old days, I don't think it matters. How many marginal recruits are we going to lose because they win a national title?
I think it was.
It might be better if they do. They're probably going to take somebody from Georgia more likely or Alabama.
I think in the late aughts, early tens, it would matter quite a bit. But
Yeah, everybody.
A team as far away as that? How many recruits are we going head to head with Mississippi against?
Well, they got
I'm
a tie
sure a lot now.
for Oklahoma right now that we wish we had.
It can't be that many.
But we're
going to lose and they're going to win because they win a national.
Okay, but like
Jackson Dart, they beat us.
geographically speaking, it wasn't that big of a deal to go against Ole Miss back in the day.
Sure.
But now,
obviously, I'm not saying that.
more doors have opened up now being in the SEC, so we are getting more guys from those
Yeah.
states.
And
But
we'll-
everyone
we'll
else is too.
play them 6 years in a row when this is all said. And
Yeah, but again, I don't think it matters that much.
I think the portal's completely killed how much it matters.
Yeah, I just don't see it mattering in almost any world. I like Texas. I could see more. Oklahoma State or somebody I could see more, especially back when we were in the conference. But again, and they're a little bit. They're pretty close to Oklahoma State in the last 20 years. So
I'm not really sure what the
they
high
make a
school
splash.
the
but-
high school recruiting shift looks like nowadays, but it seems to be the kids are either more aware or they're choosing schools for completely different reasons than they used to. Not just monetarily, but position coaches I think matter.
It seems like they're smart.
Getting to the league matters.
I think walking in the room
depth chart.
with
I think
a
depth
ring
chart
on
matters.
Previous year increases your chances of taking that guy.
I would say it increases your chances. I just don't know if
It's not the be all end all, but
It just
if I'm getting to pick who's going to win, I'm taking Ole Miss out of it because I don't want them to win, even if it's a 3%
Would you,
difference.
you rather Oregon
between-
wins? Hated Oregon?
That's fine.
Yuck. I don't want to see Oregon win. I worry more about Dan Lanning recruiting wise.
Completely agree with that.
I think we're two different types of recruits.
I
There's
think we
not
do
a
we
lot-
do battle a lot of Oregon.
battle a
We
lot.
battle Oregon a lot.
There's not a
for
lot
some
of
reason.
Big Ten and SEC crossover on like this guy's going to have 4 SEC guys in his top 5.
No, but Oregon
This guy's
But
going to have
Oregon
has a lot of Texas.
exceptional.
4.
Oregon has a lot of Texas
Yeah.
recruiting for some reason.
Yeah, and Bowen, and I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, they were still in the Pac-12.
I'd rather Indiana win regardless. I actually don't have, I'm old enough to hate Miami and have reasons,
Yep.
but I don't. This is a very different Miami than that Miami. We're a long ways away from that Miami, so I don't feel the same about that. I want Indiana to beat Miami, but I'm okay with anything except really Oregon.
The only downside to Indiana winning is then he'll be on that list with Bob Stoops and Urban Meyer and whoever else.
Oh, I think
second-year head coaches.
I don't mind that, though.
I think he'll be on the.
If you have to share with a guy, I don't mind sharing. with
I
him.
think he'll be on like a top 5 list of like the greatest coaches
Stories.
college has ever seen in a weird way.
After 2 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
It's
he may
freaking
be
Indiana,
on the list,
and they don't have
but he
the
could
players.
fall off the list.
Yeah, but I'm saying they don't have the players.
Right.
Like
We didn't either. 2000.
Yeah, it's pretty similar.
it's
we
very
had,
similar.
we had a lot of players, but yeah, I bet it's pretty close. I bet it's really close.
But nowadays it's so honed in. Like that was the very beginning of ranking recruits and
Yeah.
their stars and
Yeah.
all these things. And there's you know almost $1 billion companies that are into these
Yeah.
rankings, and for them to be so far behind
Yeah.
on team talent rankings and to do what they did.
Well,
What they did to Alabama was, I'm not gonna lie, that I was shocked.
I was shocked.
I was shocked
Oh,
watching that
100%.
game.
Totally.
That was why.
I've
That
never
wasn't-
seen an Alabama team,
But
but can you remember an Alabama team in the last 15 years
They
that
got waxed.
just walked all over?
yeah,
I
Wasn't
mean, it
close.
was
wasn't
Yeah.
close.
They did get freaking.
part of me
Dominated.
feels
What's
like
crazy is it was 7-0, and then
I thought Bama looked good to start.
Yeah.
I thought Bama looked like Bama
was there
can
a
win
pick
this thing
six
'cause-
to make it 14.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Am I thinking of a different game?
No, that game was because it went 10-0. Indiana was up 10-0.
And then they scored again to go 17-0 at half,
Yeah.
right?
What game am I thinking is?
Because they only scored 3.
7-0, and then that team's got a pick six when it was like goal line.
Oregon.
Well, they didn't get a pick 6
Oh.
because they lost 38 to.
Well, Oregon, it was like 6-0 for a while, and Oregon got an interception like deep in
Several turnovers.
in Texas Tech's half.
Am I wrong? Wasn't the final 38-3?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
I think
not-
it's Miami, Ohio State you're talking about. Saying through like
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's
they
right.
did.
That's
Okay.
right.
so Miami scored first,
Mm-hmm.
and then Ohio
Yep.
State went right down the field in the first drive.
Right.
And then they
And-
were like on the 25-yard line.
And
or
threw that
something.
interception that
And
went
dude,
like 80
Yeah,
yards. Yeah.
That's the game it was. I
Yeah.
couldn't remember if that was the Indiana game.
And then that turned everything
Yeah.
in that game.
that's the game.
That was another
Miami,
game
Ohio
that was
State.
just pretty surprising to me.
Yeah.
I mean, Homer take, I feel like we would have played a whole lot better than Alabama did.
Totally agree.
But maybe we just would have got embarrassed as well. I don't know.
Our offense would have struggled against that defense, but we would have played better. Our defense is better, and I think our offense probably is better.
So they beat us like 21-10 or something probably instead
I
of.
think we
38 to
I think
3
it
or
would be
something.
stronger than that, and we might have even won.
Hmm.
That's how
I
strong
mean,
the
I
Homer
know,
take
of
is.
course, that's what you think.
I don't think we could be 28-10.
Yeah, I don't think we
I don't know
can.
if we win. I don't know if we win the game.
It's not that bad. That differential was crazy.
I said 21-10.
Oh, I thought you said 28.
Not even that bad.
So-
They're not going to score. No.
I mean, 11.
I think
Then-
Alabama got tired
Yeah.
because they really have had like 2 straight months of just dogfight games.
Yeah.
And once they got
That's what you
down,
noticed with the SEC. And
once
the SEC.
once they got down,
Yeah.
they were just like,
Well, they had Georgia and then a shorter time to be off before our game,
Right.
and then played us, and then a short time off, and then
Which
played
is a tough challenge. I
Indiana.
mean, not that Ohio State wasn't a tough challenge for Indiana, but it's still.
And
a really
honestly,
tough
this
challenge.
Alabama, they probably did quit. I think they
Mhm.
quit.
and they didn't have
in
any
that game.
fans compared to Indiana there.
Oh yeah, it was a
Yeah.
complete home game. It was
I
weird.
mean, it was
Yeah.
like 70-30.
Well, it's Indiana's first Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So-
No,
But
67.
we
67.
Well, and then Bama had just come to Norman and didn't have a very good showing. I didn't think in Norman as far as
Oh,
crowd
no.
goes.
Nothing.
the writing was on the wall.
And
They didn't have
then
anything.
go to Rose. There wasn't that. There might have been Bama fans
There
who'd
was
never
the-
been to the Rose Bowl, like, oh, I want to go to the Rose Bowl.
Right.
But
And
other
there were
than-
some, but it
other
wasn't
than
many.
that,
It wasn't
yeah.
many. It
So
was
Indiana
it was a
got
little
huge
bit
advantage
of a
there.
entitled attitude, or maybe it's like, I mean, if you've done
like,
what
well,
they've
I'm gonna spend my
done,
money on
I don't know
the
why
national championship
go
game.
all the way out.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's
We
a
were-
long way to go.
we
They
were-
probably knew they weren't making it.
a catch.
Maybe
We were a catch or a scramble away from
winning
our
that
game looking like what that game looked like.
I agree. I totally agree.
We catch that or we scramble for a first down.
Yep.
And that's a beat down for Alabama.
Yep.
And that everyone's
And they
talking
close up shop.
Because
Yeah.
they've been 24-7.
Yeah,
probably.
or
Yep.
20 or 24, or even more time off the clock.
Yep.
And then a late punt, and they don't get time to
They'll
go
probably get a
score.
field goal
or
out of that drive.
whatever
We
it
get
is.
points for
Yeah.
sure.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
And they quit. They're done. Because I think they're already tired. They were
Yeah.
done,
Uh-huh.
and then that just gave them
Yeah, I
that,
think
that,
you're right.
that much
The big
less.
six
think you're
changed
right.
the game.
Yeah.
Like we all talked about multiple times how we think Mateer should just scramble for that first down or the dump off to the tight end instead of making the longer throw to Robinson. But if you just get any points on that and then you don't give the pick six, then
Yeah.
we obviously win that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Like I
sure.
said, I think they quit. They go into halftime. They're already tired. Like I said, they've already that's 6 weeks in a row for them of being in a dogfight, and they'd have quit at that point.
Yeah.
They just happen to have enough juice
I mean, they could have lost Auburn.
to get that
That's
game.
right.
To get that
Don't
game.
forget, that's a great point.
Yeah.
And then
They
they were
lost
just
Auburn and then did
completely
lose
out of
Georgia
juice.
and then would have lost.
And
us.
lost badly to Georgia. could have lost badly to us, lose badly to Indiana, and the end of the season like the start of the season. Very disappointing. Um, I mean, they have a lot of talent, but they may have played over their head for.
Are they doing
for
much in the
what they
portal?
did.
And we certainly wouldn't
They're
have quit.
they're losing a lot.
Right.
That's the other
They've
part.
got like 15
In that
players
football
on.
game, we would not have quit.
No,
No.
we would not have quit.
Yeah.
Very much not.
Well,
have
one of us
quit.
would have started playing freaking true freshmen out there. Just seen
Yeah.
Taylor Heim
Yeah.
playing.
So, like you allude to with recruiting, a couple of interesting points. One, you've got kids today, the kids today, they're being a lot more dialed in and a lot more intelligent about what they're doing. They're looking at, it seems like they're looking at assistant coaches, they're looking at how do they get to the next level.
Depth
They're
chart.
giving everything.
Yeah, the agents are doing that for them too, though.
Yeah.
And that's true. Yeah.
I feel like
Sometimes well, sometimes poorly.
Yeah.
I used to look at someone like Texas and be like, they got the number one running back 2 years ago, and the number two running back last year, and then again the number one running back wants to go to Texas. And you're like, how they keep doing
How do
that?
they convince this kid?
Right? How are they convincing these kids to do this?
And then they didn't make
And
the
now,
NFL.
and now the
Yeah,
kids,
no, and they yeah,
yeah, and now the kids aren't
Yeah.
being convinced to do that.
they're figuring it
They're
out.
like, oh, this is
And so when you talk about Signetti and Indiana and not having a lot of guys that were on those lists, but maybe they were ahead of the curve. Maybe they're really, really good at selecting people, and
they're old.
they may be playing. And there's that's
Yeah.
an important factor. So I'm going to say, first off, maybe they're playing Nagyball, and we're definitely going to talk about OU playing Nagyball. But you're right, they've got the benefit of being old, which we've seen and we saw back in COVID. The older teams had huge advantages. Oklahoma State was better than they really deserved to be because they had a lot of maturity.
I mean, TCU made a national championship game because
Yep.
2/3 of their team
Yep.
Yeah.
were juniors and seniors.
And when that all
Indiana
cycled out,
probably starts
it
the
ended.
season next year top 3, maybe number 1, and it'll be interesting to see what they do because
Yeah, who do they play, Stats-man?
because they are so.
I mean, Texas is going to be number one. They're going to have the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah, right. Well, they're going to be
Who did
really high up
improve a
there.
lot this
But
year.
depending on who they play,
He looked a lot better.
they could be in a lot of crosshairs, and it could catch up to them really, really fast.
Well, I
Now,
don't
they
want to say the
recruited
wrong
well.
statistic, but I mean, I
Do it all
think,
the time.
yeah, I think they have like a bunch of players that are in their 5th, 6th years.
Well, no, but
of college
that's what they
football.
came out and said is they're
And-
leaning on that veteran
Yeah.
player
Mhm.
to go in there with experience and understand.
They're just not messing up, is what Indiana
Yeah,
does.
they look great executing
Yes.
against Bama.
Yeah,
They do.
Yeah,
I mean,
Which
They don't
matters.
make
That
any
it could be a
mistakes.
style. Like,
Yeah.
to their credit, if you're going to play a money ball approach and you're Indiana, you got to do something different. And that's different than
But
Ohio State.
what's-
Different.
Mark Cuban came out today and
It's
said that
pretty
they're
damn
not-
good.
They're not hurting anymore.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
What'll be
yeah.
really crazy is you can't help, or coaches can't help, or the administration, whoever you want to call it, to go get the better players, right? Versus the older, more experienced player that's not as talented.
Mhm.
You can't help but do that. So it'll be interesting to see if Indiana
Yeah,
falls into that same trap
Right.
where, oh, we're getting 4 stars now.
you're right.
This guy's gonna be really, really good. Like, okay, this guy's technically not as athletic,
But your bread and
but
butter
he
was
runs
that guy.
every route exactly how he's
Yep.
supposed to run
You
this
know,
route.
that ended up with the Hazelwood Bridges
egos.
Yeah.
situation.
all the
Yep.
egos. Yeah, I mean, and that's what I mean. I thought Mendoza, like during the Heisman and the Big Ten championship, like I thought the whole thing was just super corny. But it's also like that dude just that's all he does is just goes and does his job. Like
Yeah.
there's no ego. I think he may be putting on a slight front just to the
I don't. I think
magnitude,
he's just
think he's
100% dorky.
dorky. But good God, man! But like, I'll take that 100 times out of 100 times over,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
a potentially talented Spencer Rattler or something
Or
like that.
even Caleb.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Caleb, maybe even Caleb, like
Yeah.
someone who was just going to get in there, do his job,
I've always thought,
love and
we
do
said
love and do what he does.
intelligent quarterback.
Yeah.
You want that first and foremost. And a disciplined guy. So that's an interesting point, Jay. I think you're really
For
right.
every
We'll
position.
catch up to
That
it.
is interesting.
Yeah, across the board.
Across the board.
Yeah.
Like you might not be a 6'5", 320-pound, extremely long-armed left tackle, but when you know who to pass off when and where and who you're that's like
Yeah.
all in the end, we have all the pieces working like that,
Mhm.
which is what Indiana looks like. Like I haven't watched a whole bunch of their games, but every snap, it's like every player is doing exactly what they're supposed to do. That's it. That's all they're doing.
Mhm.
They're in every gap. They're in every. I don't.
I mean, I watched.
They're not out. They're not out. They did not out athlete Alabama.
Right.
Period.
We watched the Penn State game, and they did not look very good, and they won it in the last second.
Yeah.
Back of the
Yeah,
end zone.
crazy play.
But they looked good against Oregon first.
Yeah.
First earlier in the year.
Well, against everybody else, they trounced.
That was.
I mean,
Yeah.
the rest of their games weren't even close.
I mean, Illinois was like 18th or something, and they beat them like 52-7 or something.
Right. And Illinois was
They turned
Illinois
out to
was
be an
actually
8-14
Illinois was actually ranked higher than them at that time.
at that time.
Yeah. And that they didn't live up to their hype, but still they made them look like a 60th team in the country
Yeah.
or something. They really dominated.
And Oregon was super sloppy against
Mhm.
Texas Tech. And
Mhm.
if
Yeah, they had
that
all
Oregon
three.
shows up again, they will get
Right.
Get wrong.
whacked.
It sounds like the
Yeah.
running backs out.
Yeah, broken clavicle.
Yeah. Oregon's.
That's right. Did you pull up that Indiana schedule?
Yeah. So they've got North Texas,
Oh, that's depleted. Depleted Oklahoma State South.
Howard,
Oh, don't count out Howard.
Western
Is
Kentucky.
it a debate competition or are they gonna?
Maybe.
Wow, so no Power Four opponents, non-cons.
And then they start off Minnesota, Northwestern,
Win,
Ohio State,
So at least five wins.
Purdue,
win,
USC,
win.
and then their 4 away games are Michigan, Nebraska, Rutgers, and Washington.
So you didn't read those in?
So
There's at least
This doesn't list the date on this.
Oh,
Oh,
probably-
okay.
There's at least 8 wins.
yeah,
Yeah.
they probably get. I think their floor is 9-3 probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Eight-
Ohio State,
eight.
Michigan, USC, and
Who's the other non-con or the other away game?
Washington.
Nebraska,
Washington.
Washington.
Nebraska or Washington. There's a
Washington just lost
potential loss
losing their
between
star
those
quarterback.
two.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's crazy as well.
Ohio State, Michigan, and USC. I would say the floor is 8-4, and that's like almost worst case scenario.
their Vegas win total is probably going to be
That's what floor is.
9.5.
Yes, I think it'll be 9.5.
I think it'll be at least 9.5. It might be
Might be 10.
10. If they'll do a 10, and 10 would be a good number.
I think they always do halves, don't they? On the
I've seen it both ways, usually halves, but I've actually seen round numbers. But still, we'll see over the coming year and years what they're able to do. But refocusing back to OU, we're killing it. We're on fire.
are we?
Beat Indiana.
Yes.
Beat Indiana for top wide receiver.
We're right neck and neck with Indiana in the rankings. I mean, the two. I guess we fell and climbed back to
I think
6
they're 1
today.
or 4 last time I looked
No, we're 6.
in the transfer
We
portal.
we fell today. There's several teams that jumped,
Hmm.
but they've got a lot of people. Count out Penn State, count out Oklahoma State. They're replacing their entire roster.
Yeah,
Yeah, the numbers are being.
The numbers are crazy. Even though it's a rating system, but
Average-
still, they're just going to jump.
We should probably change it to average player
Well,
ranking or
it
whatever.
isn't average. It's kind of funny.
No, but not because those total. Doesn't that total your players?
So here it is. I pulled it up. So Penn State is number 1 with 52 points. Oklahoma State second with 46 points. They've got 24 and 25 commits respectively.
So those are
Texas-
2 points apiece.
Texas Tech is 43rd with 13 commits. So the rating system tries to do something to even that out. LSU has 10 commits at 43 points. So they've really jumped, as bad as all the news is about Kiffin.
So that's 4.3 points per player, and the other ones are at
Basically.
2.
Yeah, two, a little over 2.
So in theory, LSU's portal is considerably better in a way.
In a way.
By player.
Yeah. Yes.
Quality
It's
player.
probably the strongest among this group is Indiana coming in next, or actually no, it's OU. I know it is because I looked it up our overall. Overall, we are like, I'll look it up in just a second. I think we're like 12th. We're 11th. We're 6th in the transfer portal with 10 commits, 37 points. Indiana is right above us, 10 commits as well, 41.63 points. So in the overall, I'm looking at 24/7 Sports, by the way. OU is 11th. So we
And
you know,
that's high school and transfers to
yes,
there.
we're 16th in just high school. So that's showing how much that's helping. So whatever their matrix is that it puts them there, it is trying to do something to make it kind of comparable.
Yeah.
But at the
I
same
mean-
time, you might look at it and say, I mean, I don't know. If you've got 24 and 25 commits, if those guys are just even comparable, unless there's just a bunch of, I guess it's a bunch of, like, Penn State has 5 4-stars and 18 3-stars. So,
They just got Iowa State.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they're all Iowa State players. Yeah.
but regardless, I'm saying I don't understand why their rating is as low as it is, even though they're first place.
Yeah, I think like 11. You said we're at 11th right now.
11th overall.
11th overall. I think honestly, with the eval approach that Nagy takes, I think that's probably about where you're going to see us. More
Oh
times
yeah,
than
exactly.
not. Like you're not going to see a bunch
No,
of
'cause
top
he's not
4,
gonna go
top
for the-
3,
yeah.
top 5. Like
Yeah,
you're
there's
gonna see
a couple
relatively
of
middle of the road.
big um players that will go for from major schools, but we're actually counting on nagging them to find the other guys.
Yeah.
Right. Especially.
Which is where his Senior Bowl,
The Satania stuff.
Mhm.
his Senior Bowl IQ, if you want to call it,
Mhm.
of finding a guy from Yale that's like, yeah, he went to Yale, but this guy is a great tight end. It's like,
Right.
it doesn't matter.
Right. Exactly.
That's what we're hoping for.
And I think so far, I mean, I'm pretty excited about who they're getting. I think the guys they're losing, there's like 18 guys last I looked in the portal from OU.
Oh, there's gonna
No,
be more than
24
that.
guys.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And
And
it's plus. That's probably went
The
up
only
today.
guys I'm disappointed
well, I
in
printed
losing
this afternoon, but it may have gone up since
They have
then.
Braggins
would
and
be
They did. I don't think Raggins is on here.
Gentry
Kearney.
sucks to lose,
Yeah, Raggins
but he
is
never
on here.
plays. I think it sucks to lose.
Kobe.
I'm not really like that
I'm not
upset over Kobe.
But he played a lot.
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
more
he knows
upset-
He's a guy.
Yeah, I'm more upset.
I'm not
about-
upset about losing anybody on defense. I
I'm
trust
not-
our defense so much.
Marcus Strong,
Mark, yeah.
he's good. He would have been second string behind Stone. And
He's good.
They're not
Stone not
irreplaceable.
not irreplaceable.
Yeah.
I'm Stone not worried about our
Yeah.
defense.
Don't worry about him.
I'm like, they've got it figured out.
I
on
don't like
defense.
losing Hardy. I thought he had a chance to be pretty dang good.
I'm upset about losing Sammy.
Sammy, yeah,
I'm not upset. I'm more bummed about Sammy than I am Kobe.
My
same.
optimistic hope for him is that
He comes back.
you do not leave
Yeah,
if you don't think that Kip and Heineke
Heineke.
are coming back.
Yeah,
Well, and also we just picked up the Michigan
No, but
linebacker.
period. You do not leave.
Yeah.
If you're the last remaining second string starter / second string linebacker, and you know Kobe left, and if you think Kip's leaving and you think Heineke's not going to get his thing, you are the guy.
Mhm.
You would become the green dot helmet wearer
Mhm.
for Brent Venables.
right.
You do not leave if you think those guys
yeah.
are gone.
are gone, and that could be. You know, he
I
hasn't
mean,
gone
Kobe
for
went
it
to
yet.
Northwestern. Like,
That's interesting.
yeah. Well, he only played 12 snaps against Baylor.
I look at this
I
list.
still don't think they. I don't understand.
Plus, because Heineke doesn't need to come off the field.
Heineke played 3 games in lacrosse. I don't know how many games in a season they play in lacrosse, but if you can play 4
Stat boy.
out of 12 college football games
And not
lose
lose.
your red shirt, then unless they play 9 lacrosse games and you played 3 of them, you should not lose your red
I think
shirt.
they play something around what football plays. I think they play like 12.
Is that it?
Yeah, they don't play a lot.
13 to 15 regular season games.
Huh.
Okay, so
That's a joke.
3 lacrosse games should not equal 4.
No,
Well, it should equal 4
right.
or less. So
It's
Yeah.
dumb.
he did get his year.
Yeah, 3 should be 3. Should be the same.
And it frustrates me that NCAA
Because
And
what
who
do in
wants-
basketball?
process that
Basketball, you
takes
can
this
play
long.
all.
Yeah, how long could it take? Like,
Right?
is this not
It
like
could
a?
take forever.
But I mean, I'm saying
No,
how
no,
long
no.
should
How
it
long
take?
should it take?
It's 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it comes across to you, and you're like, okay, yeah, you should be able to play.
Well, it should start with whatever is the rule. And you don't have a rule, then go get the committee together and let's figure out what the rule should be and maybe logical. Whoever is the governing, if it's the president, if it's a committee, whoever it needs to be, and it should be expedited.
If you're letting NBA draft picks go back
back
and
to
play
college.
in college,
Yep.
You're right.
it shouldn't even be a question that
I
a kid
agree.
that played a couple lacrosse games can't play football.
I agree. I totally
It's
agree.
ridiculous.
I'm thinking more about why is it taking that. Answering your question,
Yeah.
why is it taking this long? Is it makes no sense.
Everything they do takes forever.
It's ridiculous.
Okay.
They just drag their feet on it,
Yeah.
and it's just
For some things it
they're
does,
so
but for
awful.
others, I mean, Pavia got his announcement last year like
Right
relatively
away.
quick
It is like they're
because it
picking
was
on
beneficial for the freaking NCAA to have Pavia
Mm-hmm.
playing.
Yeah, I don't get it. It frustrates me.
Can't stand that guy.
You know, we had a poll. Are you highly optimistic, or slightly pessimistic, or pessimistic about where we are in the transfer portal process? All of the votes were optimistic. It was narrowly, highly, above, slightly. I was highly. I was highly
I
optimistic.
did slightly.
I don't see how you can't be highly optimistic.
Well, I did slightly because I think when we put the poll out, I don't think we'd gone on our.
It was Tuesday. We had just gone on the big run.
We had just gone on the
We
big
had
run.
just gone on the
I
big
don't
run.
think we've done enough on offense to make me think it's going to be way better than it was. And that's what would get me to highly optimistic is
So even now, after
I don't
24
think-
hours later,
I don't think we've addressed the offensive line enough.
I don't think we had that many holes to fill. We just need to get
Starting
depth.
holes, we don't have any to fill.
It's just depth.
None to fill? Who's our right tackle?
The Arkansas kid started 25 straight games.
And Arkansas sucks.
Yeah, but he's an
Not on
SEC.
offense.
But he's
They're off.
Not on
no, but he's
offense.
an SEC tackle. I mean, it's not like he's not from Western Kentucky. And he's gonna like all of a sudden have to like, well, what's the SEC like?
And then we brought in a Michigan State tackle last year that didn't do anything. Or 2 years ago that didn't do anything. We've had better luck with Stanford kids than we have with anything on offense.
And we do have a Western Kentucky guy, right?
Yeah,
Caleb
he's a
Nitz.
center. Yeah, backup center.
I mean,
And-
I put slightly, not because I'm not optimistic. I think
What's
I
all?
think we were already in good shape.
It's a
I'm
wait and
just slightly
see.
optimistic. I don't think there's going to be anything that I'm just like, and maybe it's just the
Nothing
definition of what that
groundbreaking.
means. Yeah, where it's like, got to go have this. Like, we have to have a transfer quarterback.
Well,
Like,
I
we
look at
have
this.
to
We're
have-
sixth in the country
Yeah.
in transfer.
and maybe
Sure.
that transfer translate more into highly optimistic because we don't need a lot,
right.
and what we're getting is
I mean,
good.
I'm highly optimistic because right now we're sixth in
I
the
am
nation.
optimistic for sure.
And
I
we
mean,
got a receiver, and we're still in on another guy. He hasn't.
the Virginia
we
guy
have-
looks legit.
Ooh, look at that! There he is. Look at that guy.
Yeah, big and fat, isn't he?
He's transferred.
We got two receivers
Yeah, two receivers, right?
that should are.
The Virginia kid looks good.
Yeah.
I think
The
they're
App
pencil.
Store
Yeah, Parker Livingston and,
Texas kid, okay.
Trail Harris. Yeah,
The
Yeah, did we
kid was
get the-
second on Texas in receiving. He was their second leading receiver.
he's
We took their
big.
second best receiver.
He's a
from our
four-star.
rival.
Well, I'm not going to
Roommate.
complain.
I had him listed at 3.
No, I'm saying he's the second best
Four.
receiver on Texas's football team. That's a win.
That's a huge win.
Yeah.
That's a win even if he sets the bench.
Yeah.
So that's
Not
I think
been.
Javon Gibson would agree with that.
It might have been a win for OU.
Bring in 2 tight ends. One's a blocker, one's a pass catcher.
Or
So
a
hopefully
hybrid, yeah.
Hopefully that's an upgrade.
And so that's an
Before-
interesting
So it's an
story.
upgrade.
Like,
There's no question.
I would
it's an
say the
upgrade.
fact that we're getting tight ends without yet, I don't believe, officially firing our defunct tight ends coach, and not hiring a tight ends coach, and yet we're getting these two guys, unless they're telling them something, which I can't believe they are because that would get out. That's strong that they're able to pull these guys.
Those by default, they're the best tight ends we've had in a while.
Well, the Florida message boards consider that tight end as their Bauer Sharp. Like they're like, who gives a shit? This guy sucks. Who cares if he's gone? And I don't think it's sour grapes. I think it's literally like how we were with Bauer Sharp is how Florida is.
Except Bauer Sharp
with
can't
this kid.
block, and we need someone that can block because we haven't had a blocking tight end 3 years.
Yeah.
Well,
Even then, it wasn't
we're optimistic regardless.
great.
So Nagy's doing great. Nagy's doing his thing. A year ago, we had a pod that we labeled Nagyball, and here we are. It is rocking.
This will be huge because
giant.
if this is the first time that staff has had a chance to have a long look at players and start picking people they wanted. And so far, everyone besides the defensive tackle that went to USC from Michigan State, we have hit on everyone that has leaked out at all.
Mhm.
Every single one. And these are apparently were early targets where you're talking back channels between people. And if
Talking about collusion.
Yes. If these players come in this year, though,
emails aren't illegal.
yeah, it wouldn't. Yeah, if these players come in though this season and produce and do what we are expecting them to do, I will be through the moon
Oh.
next year on the portal.
Oh my gosh.
Because it just shows what Nagy, the high school recruiting part with Nagy and them, that's a couple years to see, right? How long that takes. This is instant. If we get a bunch of players in and they don't do anything, and this is what they went after
Right.
with all that time,
Right.
then it's a whole different story.
Well, yeah, you can't have any more, or you can't have a class full of Jade Knotts. And you really can't have another Jade Knott from the standpoint of a guy that is that highly touted, that highly paid, and a complete zero on production.
Zero.
You can have a guy who doesn't kind of pan out and was supposed to be really good and is only mediocre or something. But I mean, a guy that can't even find the field, the idea that you're paying that guy a dime.
I still, you know,
Craig Anderson.
I don't even think it was his. I don't think it was his talent or his anything. I just think it was his own personal
brain up here.
He had his own demons of some sort.
Yeah,
and he'll look back as an old man and realize that he just wasted.
I mean, totally
wasted it all.
Like I just, is it total psychology? Is it a bad like?
Still thinking DeMarco's part of it.
Is it? Yeah, I wonder if DeMarco's part of it.
I really do.
So that's a big concern for me. We haven't heard anything on that front. It doesn't sound like anything's going to happen.
We just got a running back committed.
Even leading up to the bowl game or the playoff game, the video clips that come out of running backs going through drills, he looks like the best running back we have on the team.
That's the story of,
and it's just like
that's what we hear every year.
How?
Like,
what is the disconnect?
Caleb Hicks. Oh my gosh, like, guy just looks like a different breed. Never see him. Like, it's just so wild.
Oh, we did it with Isaiah, the receiver. I'm gonna think of this year.
Oh no, Gibson.
No,
Giovanni Gibson.
Freshman.
Is it Thomas?
Yes, yeah.
Thomas.
Yeah.
We'll go back.
No, it's not.
No.
Are you sure?
Our stats guy's asleep over there.
Wake up, stats guy. We may need a refill in a second.
It's Isaiah.
Elijah
Thomas.
Elijah Thomas.
Yeah, Elijah, Isaiah.
Same
thing. So
I was right with
it's all
that.
biblical.
You were Elijah Thomas. That's all we heard. It was like Giovanni Gibson's incredible, and Elijah Thomas is amazing too.
That's
These guys are gonna blow it.
That's how it always is on offense. So
And neither one
it's like these freshmen are incredible. Oh, look, the
And then
freshmen
they
on
were.
the field.
And he's incredible.
Gabe and Teddy's pod today, they reiterated every single time they went to practice, all Thomas did was make play after play after play, and he never saw the football field.
He hasn't entered, right?
No.
That so two
You can't even get me on. You can't even get me on the wide receiver coach.
two positions. Yeah.
I'm done with Emmett Jones too.
DeMarco and Emmett Jones.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on?
They're colluding.
What the hell's going
to
on?
tank us.
And they're spies.
They are. They're going to go to Texas and.
Well, let them go. Let them be for Texas what they are for us, as zeros. I don't know. It's very concerning. That's a problem. But otherwise, very, really, really, really good recruiting class.
This will be
And
huge.
then
This will be
really
huge
good
for our
transfer.
quote front office
Oh, yeah.
to see what these guys do.
This will be huge for all the
everything.
homers' mental well-being.
Yeah.
Those
Well,
guys,
I can't even imagine how good it is for your well-being.
those guys have to produce next year to make all this front office stuff.
What do we have? What do we have? Nine so far.
No, we have 10.
We have 10.
We have 10 as of this printing. We may have gotten another. I don't think
Four of those
so.
guys have to be really good.
I think seven. I think seven are plug and plays. Like I think they're in it. I think the defensive end from UTSA has several years left. He's not. I don't want to call him developmental, but he's played 1 year of college ball.
Yeah.
But his measurables.
Kenny,
from
as a
Oregon,
well-
obviously.
The corner for Oregon's another one.
Yeah.
And then
Dakota Fields.
the Western Kentucky kid is a depth piece at center,
Caleb Nitt.
backup guard.
Uh-huh.
Everybody else basically has a position to play on the football field.
Nita or something like that.
It's
It's
neat. Yeah.
NITA or something.
Yeah, I
like
thought
that.
Oh,
I thought
okay.
that was-
You know
I
what?
think it said Nita.
There's one more. The running
Yeah.
back from Colorado State, he should have an impact on returns, but he is expected, you would think, to be third string running.
Lloyd Avant.
Yeah. He's your third string running back. So 6 out of 10. I think 6 out of 10
So
are starters.
So let me interpret that one for you. He won't see the field until he's the starting running back when
Yeah.
everyone else is
That's the
injured.
game before.
Until everyone else
I was injured.
Mhm.
is in a wheelchair, he'll get on the football field.
Well, if Smitty retires, we might not have as many guys in wheelchairs.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
if it happens, if it happens.
No, because you got the right tackle from Arkansas. We'll just put him at right tackle. You've got the two wide
Where are you
receivers.
putting Foj?
You got the two
In
guard,
the guard?
I guess. Yeah, they can switch either way. They can both.
I put Foj card.
You got the two wide receivers you would think would be starters,
Yeah,
along with Satania.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
You're not
You've
giving
got-
Elijah
unless
Thomas
Thompson,
a spot?
yeah, Thomas
Elijah Thomas, you're not giving him a
needs him
spot?
out.
No, I don't think you bring in two if you've got those.
You're not putting
spots.
Jacob Jordan in the slot?
Well,
Well, I might, but
I'm definitely doing
but you're just talking starters because all
Yeah.
those guys could see
Oh, no, they're all
playing
2D.
time. Yeah,
yeah, I think they're all
It
2D.
didn't seem like this year. It seemed like we had the same four.
Yeah,
Out of three of the first wide receivers were four guys.
no, I agree. It's a
the
problem.
whole year.
Yeah.
But how much of that was Mateer versus?
no, I think it's
Anything
the
else?
coach. I think it's receiving coach.
Against Emmett Jones sucks.
Well, then that's a worry.
There's a concern.
And so a concern I have is Arbuckle empowered, matured enough to go to Brent and say, here's what I need to see happen. Or, and that could be Joe John's got to go, DeMarco's got to go, Emmett Jones has to go, or some guys have to go, some guys I can work with, but I need control of this. And is he strong enough now to tell DeMarco, I'm the offensive coordinator, this is how it's going to work, and this is how I want it to be? Or is it still a weird limbo? And I have to think, I would hope that Nagy, among others in his entire office, is the back door to Brent to say, all right, this needs to happen. And
Nagy mentioned
we're
it
seeing that.
leading up to the playoff game that the younger guys need to get on the field more.
And what I don't understand is we watch Brent, especially the last 2 years. You look out there and Stutzman's on the sideline, and you've got Omasigo in there. It's a fresh
On critical plays.
against
Like down and distance.
Bama and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you look out there against Ole Miss or Tennessee or somebody, and Jacoby Johnson's out there, and Eli Bowen's not hurt, and Guillory's not hurt, but you're just spelling them. So
You got Jacoby out there, and
Hardy's
you
out
got-
there playing
Yeah.
safety, and I don't understand how Brent loves 10 plays a game, putting
Yeah,
random freshmen out there
right.
to get
to give him a
experience,
moment. Yeah.
but he doesn't implement it on the offensive side of the ball at the skill positions.
Right.
I totally get linemen. You're not going to just
Sure.
throw your guys out to the wolves there. But at wide receiver, when you've got 10 guys and you've got the same three guys that aren't producing,
Right.
well, Satania's producing, so you let him
Yeah.
stay out there. But plenty of times Burks isn't doing anything.
you get the ball.
I'm getting it.
I mean, you got
Hit the whole bottle.
plenty of times when you got one receiver out of the three or four doing anything, and you're not willing to put the Elijah Thomas or the Ivan Carry on.
My only defense of
why are
that
those guys? Jacob
explanation
Jordan's not out there.
is the production was so low. The materials problems, couldn't find receivers. You don't get an opportunity to get those guys in and get them balls. And so we're not seeing it because there's just not balls in the air.
Now, I am by
If
no
you've got
means
a lot of balls in the air, then all of a sudden they're in the rotation.
I'm by no means trying to compare the two whatsoever. So nobody take it like this. I coached 7th, 8th grade. No, listen to me, everybody.
Hear me out.
7-on-7 football.
Listener Mike,
At this
not
level.
that Mike.
No, at
Not
this,
listener Mike's
even at,
love
no,
8th grade football.
no, listen to me though. Even at that level, those kids do not, they're all receivers, right? Not a single one feels like they should ever come off the field. And it doesn't matter how
Well, hell no. You don't give them a vote.
fast they're running their routes or how much they're dragging their feet because they know the ball's not coming their way. So you have to, even at that level,
Thank you.
pull people like a better player to put on a reserve because they have fresh legs. And for some reason at the college level, as you're saying, we never just put fresh legs just to give fresh legs.
Right.
Just does Satanium come off the field? No. Does Berkson come off the field? No. Gibson? No.
But I bet
It
was
doesn't
'cause
matter. They
couldn't.
need 2 plays of rest.
I know, but I bet they couldn't.
That's it.
Like, the problem was,
can't, but
Yes, they could.
also-
But the
They
ball's
couldn't.
not always going to them.
I know, but
When the ball's
from the standpoint of, I think they're too constrained because we were never in luxury situations. We were always in like, we need this series. We need to get this first down. We need our guys. I'm not saying it's necessarily the right call, but I understand the reasoning that they would fall back into of I want my best guys out there because we got to get this down in distance.
I know, but for me, the receiver position, it's very rare for you to see them tap and get a break.
Oh, I think you're
They
right.
do not. I don't care how much they're running.
Right.
They still want to be out.
And they don't know they're tired.
Yes.
And a good coach needs to know
Exactly.
they're tired. And I would think that's
Even
Emmett
if
Jones
it's one
who says, no, get this guy
even if
in
it's
here.
one play.
Exactly.
One play.
Well, back to what we had said, what we wanted them to do was run deep, run those corners and those safeties.
Put your fresh legs out
jagged
there. Yeah.
and go, and then come back and swap out, which to me is a smarter strategy. But I understand if you're in a situation where it's like, yeah, that's cute, but we've got to get this done. I think they get trapped into that. I'm not, again, I don't think it's a good strategy or a good excuse, but I think that's what happens is they get trapped in this idea of, I want the best players. They have to be there.
But he doesn't feel like that on the defense.
Right.
That's what I don't understand.
Because it's the best
We
coach
have
in
to stop
defense.
Bama on this 3rd and 7.
I know.
But Jacoby Johnson's out there and Hardy's playing safety.
Different philosophies.
And those aren't your
David
targets.
Jordan.
Different
And
philosophies.
Davon Jordan's out there.
Different philosophies. The best coach in the position in the country versus a guy who's pretty good. And there's a big difference between that.
But you're saying Brent needs to recognize it.
Yeah,
I would agree.
I would say
I would
Brent's like wondering
Or Kevin Wilson.
why is Burks out there 11 plays in a row on this. Well, we don't have 11 play drives here.
You're not going to do that in the game, but you're going to do that on
On
Sunday.
film, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're going to beat it into him. Hey, Elijah Thomas is fresh legs. He's the second fastest guy on the team, or whatever the case is, whoever it is. And let's see if he can get open.
And the easiest way to do that is, Kevin, when we're in a game, you make sure this gets implemented. Because in his defense, Arbuckle may forget, and Emmett Jones may forget. And Kevin Wilson's job is to sit there and say, we need to switch something out.
Well, it's also one of those things, like you said, like if you go throw Thomas out there and just let him go. Just run. Like you're getting the ball, like it's coming to you. Go make a play, because I mean you're gonna have.
Or even if it's not at all coming.
Yeah, but you make him respect it. Like
Yeah.
Well, like I
they
said
have to see it.
about Carrion, watch him at the Navy game, just abusing the little guys that are smaller than him and still not throwing it to him enough.
Mhm.
How many times do we have a 3rd and 5 that
he was our best
throw a
receiver.
jump route?
Best receiver.
When you're at the 15-yard line
He's,
and in,
he's 6'7",
or you're in the red zone and in, your whole package should be Elijah Thomas, Ivan Carrion, Jermichael McFinley, and somebody else. Make the defense be like
What am I going to
Jermichael
do?
Carter. You make the defense go. They just put.
We're off on the names.
there.
The season's been over like
It's off
season's been up 3 weeks.
No.
We're just like
They
what's
put
this guy's name.
But as a defensive coordinator for their team, you're like they just put 4 6'5"
Yeah.
people on the field.
Go dunk on
Yeah.
Well,
and then you just run material.
that's what a smart.
That's
That's what a coordinator does. I mean, you look at the stuff Kirby Smart does. Even when he makes somebody call a timeout by doing something that is like as if he's going to go for a 4th and 12 on his own 20 or something. It's like you got to do some gamesmanship. You got to do some stuff that's going to make them think, wait a second, we got to do something different. At least burn a timeout or think about it and have a package that you can make them think about it. You see it done in,
Did you see the NFL game the other day where the team did a fake punt and then left the punt team on the field, and then the punter ran the ball on the next play?
no.
I did see
Was
that.
it the Dolphins?
Yes.
So
So it was like
they couldn't
it was like
substitute.
4th and it was like 4th and 10 or something
Smart.
like that. So they
Oh, I
fake
love it.
punt. He throws the pass to the tight end or whoever goes on the route.
Oh, I love it.
He gets the first down. They leave the punt team on the field,
That's beautiful.
and then the other team freaks out and calls timeout, I think.
Okay.
And then they left the punt team out there again, and then the
Again?
punter ran the ball.
Oh,
like
wow.
15 yards or something.
So that's a new wrinkle on my idea of I want to see a running back always as the punter or a backup quarterback and say, all I want to do is, or a guy that you can throw out as an option. So it's like,
Make them burn time.
burn a timeout, or
Yeah.
you're going to
Or
like decide
run the play.
or run the play.
Yeah.
And it's like, you got to defend it differently. And like if you've got the ball,
The problem is
on
your punt lineman guys are different than your offensive lineman guys.
not necessarily, not if you run it different.
Yeah.
And if you line up with that guy, they're going to have to respect it. Otherwise, why wouldn't you run the punt defense against every offense? Because you always get to the punter. You could theoretically, in that case, always get to the passer.
Yeah.
So, if you're on your own 20 and you're going to punt, you get a good running back and you've given him some practice. He's got a strong leg. And if you're on your 50 and you're going to punt, the backup quarterback can do enough. He's not going to probably put it in the end zone. He's going to probably pin him
We
deep
saw
enough.
Mateer on a great punt this year.
And he might
ran
throw
it
the ball. And he might throw the ball.
Once.
When it should be ran every game.
And so I think he should throw the ball. And so, and then the new wrinkle would be, and leave them out for the next series so they can't substitute. And then they definitely burn that timeout.
Well, I mean, the Wildcat all kind of started with ideas like that.
Exactly.
It's like, we're going to run it, so we're going to put a running back out there to take the snap.
Exactly.
But every now and then he can do a little pop pass.
Little pop pass, exactly.
And you never know when it's coming.
I want to see stuff like that. I want to see stuff like that out of Arbuckle. I want them to get past desperation. And I think too often they were caught in desperation this season. And then a majority of the rest of the time they were caught in just difficult situations where they didn't have the luxury of figuring out what they want to do and make you as a defense defend it. They had to get stuff done. And again, it was a lot of Mateer stuff that just wasn't coming together. Well, let's transition a little bit.
But he's our quarterback.
He's our quarterback.
Right?
I mean, he's got to be.
I mean, we haven't said anything. He hasn't come out and said he's staying or anything like that.
I don't think
I don't think there's any question.
by not going in the portal.
Well, with Hawkins leaving, that pretty much sealed the deal.
Yeah.
But you still would think by this point you would have got I'm coming back for another season tweet or something.
Yeah, that's true.
So what? We're gonna have Hawkins, Neubauer, and Bo Bentley.
No, Hawkins.
I'm sorry, Mateer, Neubauer, Bo Bentley.
Yep.
Which
Neubauer's a worthy backup,
Yeah.
seemingly.
I
Making
still
for a starting job.
we'll never know, but there's a 3-game stretch there that I don't know that we wouldn't have done better with Neubauer.
I think you're probably
Well, I
right.
would have loved to have
Kent
seen him
State,
for.
that's
I would
true.
have loved to have seen him for a half against Kent State.
Yeah.
Yeah, you play each one a half.
Especially if the plan all along was that Mateer was coming back for Texas. I know we had a bye after Kent State and everything, but if that was what you've been told and what you're tracking towards and you're going to do it if he's available, you give each one of those guys a half.
If Neubauer lights it up and makes all the reads and all the throws against Kent State,
He
you
plays
might
against
not play.
Texas.
Yeah, Mateer might not play.
Everything's different.
Yeah.
We might have been in the SEC
We
title
might
game.
be playing right. We might be playing tomorrow, or 2 days.
You're right. You're very much right.
Nah.
Yeah.
They
No,
would
you could
they
have
would
had
give Mateer the job back.
No, you could have had
after
but you could have had a
South
different
Carolina,
seed.
whatever it would have been.
You could have been a different
Yeah,
seed.
but we wouldn't have had a loss.
Yeah, you
We're
could have
saying.
different-
Yeah, I'm
Two
agreeing with
losses.
that.
We might have been undefeated going into the SEC title game.
Man, I can see that. I mean, we all were disappointed. You had to listen to the K-State post game again, or Kent State post game, but I still feel like we came away from that game thinking we should have done more on offense.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, yeah, and that's what gets me is like all these people,
And what was that, 44-3 or something like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, 44.
But
Was it shut
I
up?
feel like after that game we were kind of like,
No,
Hawkins is a guy.
they did keep one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what's so funny to me is all these people come out and like, if we'd have played Hawkins, this, that, and I'm like,
We played
guys,
him.
he played.
Yeah.
He played
Right.
multiple times, and he's not what you want. He might go somewhere else and do
Right.
well.
I mean,
And
you
good
go
for
back
him.
to that Auburn game, he had an electric run for the touchdown in the first quarter.
In one deep throw.
He had one great deep throw down the top.
That's all he did last year.
And one other good throw
Right.
last year. That's
Right.
That was it.
and some bad
And some bad.
Really bad
Was it
moments.
Tennessee?
in Texas.
I mean, crap. His first
And
freaking
Texas City.
throw from scrimmage,
Texas
Texas
year.
last year.
his first throw from scrimmage this year, he knocks Lewis out for the season pretty much.
Yeah.
Lewis never comes back.
In a bad throw.
Bad throw.
That's a bad.
That may as well have been in the damn freaking 3 rows up in the end zone.
Like that's a throw. He isn't. It's not like he's throwing the ball away. He just completely did.
Well,
not
and
throw
yeah,
the
and that's
ball
what,
well.
and again, that type of guy with exactly what he's doing on that play. Like Mateer's out, I'm about to go make a mark, and I'm gonna just chunk it, and it's like, dude,
in his in
There was
It's
somebody
not
that
that
was my
guy.
end zone. There was somebody standing open in the front. Might have been Burks, if I remember right.
in the front right.
On the would have been my left. But
Yeah,
yeah,
your left.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
front
clear
right
front
of the
right.
yeah.
there was like
Mhm.
running alone
Yeah,
from like
yeah.
10 in.
Yeah.
He was kind of uncovered and
Yep.
he still threw the one to
Yep, he
Lewis.
threw
that
the
got
deep.
killed.
So does Arbuckle tell them to look deep first? Because Mateer does that crap all the time.
Maybe I don't know.
Like, hey, you got to read
I could
deep.
see, I could see.
Mateer's always watching the drag routes. He's like, I'm gonna watch the 10-year run.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna throw it. I could see Hawkins developing. I think he's got athletic talent, and he definitely could. He definitely could blossom in a Big 12 environment.
Oh, in a
where-
Rich Rod system, he
Yeah.
might be great.
Yeah,
He
but
might
Rich
be
Rod's
really
not the same.
good.
Rich
Yeah,
Rod
the
was
Rich Rod system,
in
he
West
was
Virginia back in the day.
Right.
Yeah, whatever.
He
He
went
might
to
be.
Michigan
He might be Pat
he
White
did
2.0.
He went to Michigan, did nothing. He went to Arizona and did nothing. So
Big 12 would be a good landing
he
spot.
didn't do anything at West Virginia last year. I think the Rich Rod mystique of that offense from the early West Virginia days is over.
Well, that's because it was the first.
He's
It was a.
he's at West Virginia.
Oh, he committed.
He's
It was. It was.
Yeah,
A,
man,
it
his
was.
brother.
It was the first RPO.
Oh, his brother left too?
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Wasn't that like the first early RPO
It was
zone
pretty-
zone read stuff? Not
It was
RPO
the-
zone
it
read.
was the first good one.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that Pat White's.
No one
Because then
it
Chip
was-
Kelly followed it up.
Playing with that West Virginia team on NCAA was unbelievable.
But then he got the big job at Michigan and did nothing and couldn't but that's
Yeah.
Big Ten football. He tried to go in there and change it and he couldn't. So then he went to Arizona, which you would think would have been successful with that type of offense, and it wasn't there either.
Well, he's a guy.
Played
The
out.
game
And then he
passed him by.
disappeared for
Played out.
15
The
years.
game passed him by. So I could see Hawkins doing well, but in defense of all of us who see it as he shouldn't have been the guy playing, he wasn't the answer. He won't be that good until week 4 or 5 in the Big 12.
Correct.
And we're not in a position where we can give him 3 or 4 weeks to figure it out.
Our first 6 games, there's 3 must wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And given the choice, 10 times out of 10, I'm taking John Mateer over Michael Hawkins.
Yeah.
okay.
Oh yeah.
There's no questions.
Definitely so. Definitely. Well, I'll tell you somebody else I would take 10 times out of 10, and that's Bob Stoops, who is officially retiring this Saturday. He has been an employee at the University of Oklahoma all this time, and he is officially retiring.
That's an
this
easy pick.
Saturday.
Bob, we need the NIL money. We need you to take a step back.
That's 5 or 6 years of easy money,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, what is it?
No, he had to work that one bowl game.
He had to work that. Yeah, I'm sure he does stuff here and there.
Appearances.
Yeah, I'm sure it does a lot of donor
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh,
I bet it's a lot, and but he continues to do a lot of that stuff. But love Bob. That's pretty. It's amazing, an amazing run. You're looking at it's 2026, and he starts in 1999. What a hell of a run!
98.
That's incredible. Was it the end of '98?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
September of 98.
Yeah, December of '98. So wow, that's spectacular.
He's up there with Bud and
And Barry.
Yeah.
It is one of those things, though. It's like with Barry.
Look at this guy.
You like Bud?
Hey,
Like
tough
Barry?
guy.
Huh? I know who doesn't like you, and that's Oscar.
You're bigger than Oscar.
But it is interesting seeing, like, I mean, Bob's getting old. Like, he's getting older.
He is
Yeah.
getting
Showing
older.
his age.
He's getting older.
I mean, the way he talks, the mannerisms, it's interesting. So,
It's crazy.
and
And
it's also crazy that it's going to be 9 years this year that he's been gone.
oh, it's nuts.
Retired or left OU on my birthday. Bastard.
I remember audibly gasping in a meeting I was in when that notification
that.
came across my phone.
Driving home from Tulsa, and Mike texted me and said, or called me and said that had happened, and just like, wow, you talk about a gut punch. That was rough.
I heard the other day that Mike Stoops is on the Ole Miss staff currently.
The Ole Miss staff?
That's what I heard.
Oh man,
Really?
Well, I guess if Kentucky
Yes,
staff got
As
let
an
go.
analyst, or
Yeah.
Well, who knows? It might
I
be
mean,
a position.
could he have left Kentucky like a month ago and now he's on Ole Miss's staff for the playoff run?
I mean, it's a makeshift staff, so maybe.
But on the offensive side of the ball, it's a makeshift staff.
Yeah.
Is it the full defense is still there?
I think so.
I think so.
I bet he's an analyst.
Is he? We were talking about that.
But I guess you could bring somebody in as an analyst like
Sure.
at the beginning of the playoff?
Yeah.
I can't imagine why not.
Like, what are they gonna
I bet you could bring any. I mean, I bet you could
NCAA
bring,
has what are they gonna say?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got to fill the staff. So
I heard that on the radio. I don't remember who said it, but
what is the story with Ole
check
Miss
stats. We could probably
and their
do that.
coaching? Real quick, is the current coach, the current head coach,
Only
the acting head coach is the defensive coordinator, and he's following Kiffin, right?
no. He's took the job.
He took the
Yeah,
job.
Golding has.
Golding
Oh,
took the
Golden
job.
has the job. Golden has the job.
Charlie Weiss Jr. is maybe the only offensive staff member that's allowed to still keep coaching. Ole Miss.
allowed by Kiffin or allowed by
allowed by Kiffin.
Yeah,
This
correct.
last game, they had like 6 guys.
Yeah, and
come
I
back
And I
bracket.
think it's just Charlie Weiss Jr. that's allowed back.
I don't think
God,
this game,
think Kiffin
yes.
wants them to win. I know he's incentivized by
He doesn't
money.
want
I
him
bet he
doing double
doesn't.
duty.
I bet he does not want them to win.
No, I bet he doesn't.
I bet he doesn't want to win the natty without him.
No, I
Oh.
bet he doesn't either.
Because
Yeah.
I think he wants. I think
I
he
mean,
wants
that's
some
betting.
of those
$750,000 to a guy making
and he wants some of those players too.
Yeah,
If
absolutely.
they
No,
win,
plus-
if they win a natty without Kiffin, they're not going
Exactly.
anywhere.
Plus, that proves that he wasn't that special.
Yeah,
Exactly. His
that
ego.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a narcissistic piece of shit.
Because you can say, "Oh, I had it all in place. I was the one that was the mastermind." That doesn't matter. No one's going to think about
So
that.
is this? Let's make a sort of soft prediction. Is this the end of Kiffin? Is he going to just completely crash and burn at LSU?
No, because I thought this is like his fourth time. I thought that
I
was going
think
to
it's
happen.
going to be okay.
I think this might be
But he
it.
did the other 3 times.
No,
I think this might be it.
He's a fail upper. He's cut.
I think this is it.
I need to know what his trick is.
Well, if it's the Peter principle, he has risen to the level of his
The
incompetence,
yoga.
and he's toast. I don't
Because-
know. He is the perfect match for that fan base, and it's going to be just oil and water and lava.
Yeah,
It's going to be so
this is
bad.
what's going to happen. He's going to suck at LSU and get the Bama job in 2 years. That's what's
Oh,
going to happen.
I'm here for it.
I'm just saying, it's just
I
what
love it.
happens
I love
for
it.
this
Kiffin
guy.
is just ruining programs throughout
Yeah.
the country because he's
He
failing
ruins
upwards.
them in different ways.
Yeah.
Some he
Did you guys
wins,
watch that video
and
I sent
others
today?
he
This
does
is
well
pretty
and
funny.
leaves.
No.
Well, you didn't watch it?
I had already
LSU?
seen that.
You had?
It was hilarious.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
What
he's
is it?
Losing
This
it.
LSU fan is just losing it over what LSU's not getting in the portal and not getting from coaches. Like Kiffin fired some elite recruiter,
Yeah, Mr. LSU.
guy, and instantaneously Ole Miss was like, "You're hired," and he's like,
He'd been there like
"What?"
18 years or something.
Yeah.
I think.
And they're not signing like.
Well, they
Well, so
did.
they're-
Like I
they're
just
saying
did.
that-
They're up in the class now in the transfer
And they're
class.
saying the Washington kid, if he gets out of the contract that he apparently signed,
Yeah, he signed it
Which
one
he
day,
shouldn't.
and the next day,
he should.
well, Washington will not submit his name in the portal
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Don't. You
because
got,
he signed the day
contracts
before.
mean something.
Yep.
You can't do that stuff.
So this guy starts spouting off. He's like, "We went out to Hawaii." He's like, "Hawaii to get a wide receiver," and here we are. We got Cam Coleman right in our backyard. Pay the man. Pay the man. He says Sam Levitt comes in for a visit, and then he leaves, and he's visiting Tennessee. He's like, "How do you let him leave your campus without signing the man? You got the money." He's freaking out.
I think there's more of that to come. I think it's going to.
Do we want to talk about NFL coaches at all?
Yeah. So John Harbaugh. Is that not
Okay.
interesting?
That's pretty wild.
That's totally
I wonder
wild.
if Michigan's like, damn it.
Yeah,
Pull the trigger
that's
too
the first
soon.
thing I thought. It's like, man, we could have had John Harbaugh
Yeah.
instead of Whittingham.
No kidding.
I'm
I think he
more.
followed his brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Harbaugh would be, and honestly, I would
Well, Jim's
love.
banned from college football.
I would love John Harbaugh
Wow.
in college football.
Oh yeah.
John Harbaugh's a great
I want him for the Tennessee Titans.
he's
so
the
you
best
just-
version
you just slow your roll there.
of the Harbaugh
I
line.
think. Is there a chance Sark takes an NFL job? There was the report that he was talking to Tennessee.
There's always a chance.
like 2/3 of the way through the season, and
You're
he came
telling
out
me
being
there's-
like, "No, that report's
Atlanta
not
right
true,
now.
blah, blah."
It's the Atlanta rumor with Sark.
There was an Atlanta Kirby rumor, but that's not happening.
Oh, no, that was fake. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
could
thought-
see-
I thought that if Tomlin lost the other night, that Tomlin was going to get fired from the Steelers.
Oh, that's what that
And
was the
then-
meme. Did you see it? The field goal was Tomlin gets fired. Harbaugh.
I would take Tomlin or Harbaugh. At the,
Oh, I think
No
that
question
great
about that.
coaches. Both
we
of
were
them.
idiots to get rid of Vrabel, and that's not revisionist history. I said at the time.
You did.
The
You
owner,
did. I
the
remember.
owner of
your-
the Titans is so stupid. Amy Strunk Adams, she got the business from her dad. He died, Bud Adams, so just handed it down, and she has just done pretty much idiotic stuff over and over. Except she hired Vrabel, and then
Raise your hand.
It keeps doing that.
they got mad. They got into an altercation about players, and she won because she's young, and she fired him. And now he's took a year off, and now he's at New England. And what'd they go? 13
and 3.
Why not take your head
Or 13,
13-4, whatever it was.
14 and 3.
It's
14 and 3.
14-3. And
Still didn't win the freaking.
it's ridiculous that
Chargers.
anyway, this isn't a Titans podcast, but
But no,
I can see we talked about Lincoln. I lost the bet thinking Lincoln was going to leave after year 2 of USC.
2. Mm-hmm.
I still think he easily be a top 15 NFL coach
No way.
if the general manager forced him with a good defensive coach, he could go in and coach.
Oh, could he be good?
Yeah,
I think he could be good.
I mean, he could be Ben Johnson. What he's done with the Bears,
he's
year
good
1,
enough. But
just get him a defense. Where he's not in charge of hiring the defensive coach, the defensive coordinator,
and let the defense be the defense.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I could see any of that.
The Freeman rumors have died down.
Oh no, they're done. He came out and
Yeah.
he's
staying.
But he was up for
He
it.
was up for the Giants.
Yeah, he affirmed he's staying at Notre Dame. Who I think. So let's circle back to college football coaching. Yeah. I think Notre Dame is in a tailspin. You saw they thought they were going to stick it to football and stick it to ESPN, and the ratings were better without them. I think that they are in a really tough spot. And
the problem is they're going to go 10 or 11-1 next year because they're not playing anybody, and they're going to be in the playoff.
Yeah, they might be
with nobody on their schedule.
They're guaranteed to be
10
if they're
a memorandum of understanding. I don't think that's legally binding.
It's not legally binding,
but
and people will freaking riot.
Yeah. So here's the thing about Notre Dame, though. The point I want to make is you can't rest on that. If you're resting on that, that's affirmative action for your football program, and people are not going to put up with that. That you're going to be a pariah.
It was stupid in the BCS days.
Yeah, it was really stupid, and it's coming to a real head. And so you think people are exercised about Tulane and George Mason or James Madison getting in? It's going to be even worse when Notre Dame edges somebody out with something like a week schedule,
like
and a forced
schedule.
we have a memorandum of understanding,
schedule.
And everyone's going to say no, absolutely not. This is no good. They'll make changes, and Notre Dame will be on the outside looking in if they don't get ahead of this the way they needed to get ahead of so many things throughout the years, and they reluctantly came, dragging their heels into something like that. And I remember going there in '99 and looking around, going like, "Why don't you have a big screen?" And they didn't want a big screen. They didn't want any of that stuff. It's like, well, you can't have it both ways. You can decide that you want to play on this traditional 1940s football. That's fine. But you can't do that and then also expect to be a late 2000s power who can actually compete with everybody else. You can't have it both ways. And they think they can. We're going to find out.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing Sark leave.
Sark leaving would be... be careful what you ask for.
I don't want him in Tennessee.
I don't know.
Depends who they get.
Put aside the Tennessee thing. Yeah, I mean, that's a big program with a lot of things. You want to get John Harbaugh?
If you just open that door and they happen to just land
Harbaugh or Tomlin,
John Harbaugh won't go to college. He'll get another NFL.
He'll get another.
Oh yeah,
he's interviewing for all 7 apparently. Or all 7 have interest in him.
Texas is a pretty big job.
The Dolphins are probably still going to fire their coach.
Sark is good enough where he's above Texas's previous coaches, but he still has not
just barely
to that.
I want him to stay. I want him to stay.
You could go either way. It's a 50-50 gamble.
You're not going to get another
Charlie Strong.
You're not going to get another Charlie Strong.
Or you could get someone that's a perennial national champion.
I don't want to roll those dice. I'm afraid you're going to get somebody really strong.
I mean, I don't think this is a Mike Gundy situation where you're like, yes, I hope OSU never gets rid of Mike Gundy because we dominate him. I don't think Sark's like that. Sark has
he's dominated us.
Yeah, Sark has proven that he's dominated us. So I want him to go because the chances of them bringing in somebody as good as him are probably 46%.
That's a very precise number.
It is. I've done my research.
So, as good as him is 46. So, is better than him is what? What's the probability?
54% chance that they don't bring in somebody as good as him. 46% chance that they would bring in somebody as good as him.
As good or better.
Yeah.
Okay.
What does Texas do after they lose Arch Manning, though?
They get
the next one. There's another Manning in the coming up.
or they they have to find
Peyton's,
us out,
Peyton's
or
kid
they
coming up.
I guess true.
Good.
No, he'll go to Tennessee.
Good.
Yeah.
Keep that coming. And Texas is always going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
They're never going to be bad.
No,
It's interesting right now. Their portal season is not.
Not
Now it can change
not
in a
going
day.
well.
It can change in a day.
Sure.
They could get Cam Coleman. They could get Caden Durham from LSU. They could get several players. That all of a sudden, you're like, okay, it's another problem.
What's the Cam Coleman situation?
It's Texas. I bet it's a
Parading
freaking
around to
Texas
try to get
Tech.
the biggest bag.
I mean, it's
Tech.
freaking Texas Tech.
Probably so.
Which he would be like their Crabtree, probably.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you get Sorsby plus them, like that's a
Sorsby is overrated as shit.
I think so too.
I don't
I
understand.
really
the dollar
think so
for
as
the guy.
well.
And
Well, for what they got, it's
I
better.
think he'll be good.
That's the thing. It's better than what
It's
they
a good
had.
get. I mean, it's a good get. Like,
yeah,
he's
it's fine, but
he
he's
go
to me, he's
maybe
not a
football
top.
games.
He's not a top 10 college quarterback this next season.
No.
I don't
know, but the other
Now he may dominate the Big 12.
the other nine are up for grabs.
Because I mean, he was from Cincinnati, right?
Yeah.
He was okay. I saw some really bad video on him just sucking.
I'd be interested to see who we think the top 10 college quarterbacks are
Right now.
going in.
coming
next
back.
year.
Yeah.
Mateer's in it.
It's a weak class.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Oh yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
Arch is probably number one.
yeah. Arch
Arch
is
is
one.
one. Sane is pretty good. Julian San or whatever his name
Is
is.
Aguilar back at
They'll probably
Tennessee?
Ain't he gone?
They'll probably have
Yeah, I mean-
Lagway still.
You mean Benjamin?
No,
Lagway?
Oh, Aguilar. Yeah, yeah.
Lagway's going to be.
Is he?
Where's Lagway going?
You know, Sam Levitt. All the people are transferring.
Is Tennessee Aguilar? Is he? Is
Yeah,
he
he's-
back?
I think he's going
I
to
don't know.
Florida State.
Levitt's
Again, though, it's all these
Fringe
Big
top
12
10.
quarterbacks that you don't know anything about. Like,
hell, the OSU kid may be a top 10 quarterback.
yeah, but dude, the OSU thing, I'm gonna laugh out loud because they're trying to James Madison this thing with the way
They're trying to
Cincinnati
Texas
did.
Tech it.
They're trying to.
No, they're
Indiana.
trying to Indiana.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, James
yeah,
Madison, Indiana.
Yeah, I
that's
know
what
what
I
you
mean.
mean.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
But I'm gonna laugh my ass
Hey, if they
off.
win a conference game, it's an improvement.
Okay,
I mean, really,
it's an
they've gone 2
improvement.
years without winning a conference game.
No, it is an improvement.
Wait, well, okay, no, but in seriousness,
They're North Texas.
what do you think the
North Texas is pretty good this
the
year.
They
expect?
get their ass kicked.
No,
in the
they're
championship.
gonna be better. But
Yeah, what
can North Texas win the Big 12?
what do you
No.
and what do you think the OSU fans,
They could go six.
the average OSU fans expectation is for their record next year?
Oh, way
7-5.
way overblown.
I'd say 8 and
7-5.
4.
Yes,
It's
way
like,
overblown.
The average
seven
OSU
and-
fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7-5 will be expectation. I think that'll be kind of the
Yeah.
right there at the mean.
I think you go from not win a conference game in 2 years to hoping that you're going to go 7-5.
I had
Which is a big jump.
I had
They're
three
paying that quarterback like $3 million.
$3.5 million.
3.5 a year, $7 million.
2 years.
I had three Oklahoma State
Gundy's
fans
got to be like, what?
today. Yes, today at work.
He was part of that problem, though.
He
No,
was.
you guys will get a kick out of this. Today at work, three different Oklahoma State fans laughing at me for them getting Sexton. So I instantaneously laughed back and said,
Oh,
"Oh, the
Sexton's
player
going to
that's never
Oklahoma
going to
State?
play." Yeah, Sexton's time with Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's a real burn on us that you took a guy that never played for us.
Yeah.
Oh, he came from
Congratulations.
Played one season for you.
No, and that's not on Sexton.
No.
I hope he does great. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for the Oklahoma State fan to think it was some
That's
sort of a
their-
burn,
that's-
Well, they were
Like-
excited getting Gavin Freeman.
Yeah.
And he's leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out.
So we'll
Didn't really
see.
do
I mean,
much.
Marcus Strong
I'll
is
give
looking
him
at Oklahoma
credit.
State.
they're trying.
But that'd be a good
Strong's going to OSU.
Oh, he's looking at him.
Hmm.
It's a good get. That would
That would be
good
a
for him.
huge
Be a
get.
really good get.
I think that Oklahoma State deserves credit. They're trying. They're playing.
Oh,
the
yeah, they're
game.
doing something
They're
different.
doing it different. They're doing it right. They may be surprised by how tough it is.
That's a tough model to replicate.
It's a tough model to replicate, but they have to replicate. It's
But they're
not-
doing it in an easier conference than Indiana did it.
They are doing
They're doing
it.
it.
Although
much
Indiana's
easier.
schedule for the Big Ten was pretty pathetic.
And you could argue that North Texas
Both.
players are probably better than James Madison players. Talent-wise.
Yeah, probably.
at
Comparable.
least equal.
Comparable. at
Yeah,
least,
Probably
yeah.
better. It's a better league.
Yeah, it is a better league.
In
You're right.
theory, you
And
think it's better
from a better talent pool
Yeah.
in Texas.
Yeah. So there's definitely a potential that they get up there.
It'd be cool.
7-5 is a big jump.
No, it wouldn't.
I can see a lot of them thinking we're going to compete immediately for the Big 12 title,
Yeah, no,
and that's a long
I
shot.
know.
It's possible, but it's a long shot.
Oh, it's Tech and everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Talent-wise. I mean, it's It's not close.
Do you think coaching talent wise it is?
I think he's a pretty good coach.
Joe McGuire.
Yeah.
I think Joey McGuire is legit.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of competition in the Big 12.
I think
No.
he's the freaking.
BYU will still be
People.
good next year, won't they?
I mean, yeah, that kid's.
I mean, they'll have a bunch of
That kid was a-
35-year-olds.
yeah,
that kid was a true freshman
Like-
too.
Number
Yeah.
47.
Number 47, the quarterback.
Yeah, the linebacker
Bear?
quarterback.
That's his name.
Yeah.
Um, his brother Panda and all that.
His wife,
Tiger.
all his
It's
wives,
actually Tiger.
all
It
his,
is actually
yeah,
Tiger.
his wives really.
That was
took
the
him
joke.
a lot.
All of them.
Yeah, all of his wives.
all 7 of
One of them's
So
kind of unhappy.
we'll see. I don't know.
them. She's-
You you said
She
I've-
cooks and
I've softened. Like I could see. All right, it's cute if OSU's good.
I've softened as
It's
well.
okay.
Because I don't think
It's
they're
okay.
ever going to win anything.
Well,
before
I'll
that.
tell you what was.
I don't want them to win a national title.
But they
Don't
won't.
get me wrong.
And I don't think they're gonna.
Uh-uh.
I don't think. I mean, if we're talking in 2 years about how
if they
Morris-
pull in Indiana,
if how Morris has done this and like they're in the playoff and stuff, I'm gonna be pissed.
Well, the problem would be they are in our backyard, and so
Correct,
recruiting
and it
could get
will be an
could
issue.
be a problem.
Well, what's sad about it is this year, I only remember us watching one OSU game on the quad screen all season,
And that
oh, I
was
could care less.
and they were getting killed.
Yeah.
So it kind of sucked
Oregon, right?
when we thought,
Yeah.
well, we're going to be a different conference, so we're going to obviously be watching more SEC games, but we'll
Right.
still keep track and watch some OSU.
Right.
And then this year we didn't because there's nothing to watch.
Nothing to
It was
watch.
so bad.
Yeah.
So
Even
if they
good-
go 6-6 or something, it'll be more enjoyable just to see them
Even the
play.
good Big 12 teams we didn't watch as much as.
Well, what'll be funny is if they play the spoiler for us in some weird way and beat somebody we want beat,
Yeah.
get somebody out of the conference race that means they only have one team in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So another
That'd be pretty
a big Oak State fan at work, young kid but intelligent football wise, as a fan. He
And he works with
his
you?
His
I don't-
fandom doesn't speak to his intelligence.
well, sometimes you can't help who you're born into, but
I'm just.
he was
No disrespect.
he was flabbergasted that they were paying $7 million
Okay, good for him. He is smart.
because he gets that he's a good player, but he was like he's thrown 4 passes total against Power 5 opponents. 4.
Yeah.
And you're about to walk into a whole different world.
No, it's a gamble. It is a gamble.
We could say the same thing about Mateer to an extent.
Yeah.
Coming to OU,
Not
Fair.
4.
Fair.
not 4, but
Not 4 games.
but overall,
4 passes.
yeah. But I mean, think about the jump from North Texas to Oklahoma State, and then think about the jump from Washington State to Oklahoma in the SEC. Relatively,
Yeah.
I'm not saying
Yeah,
similar,
it's
but
close.
it's comparable.
Well, you're saying
Okay, and
something.
Mateer and Mateer had half the numbers. Less than half.
What do you mean?
Mateer had 45 touchdowns last year.
Right.
Or the year before Washington
Right.
State.
Yeah.
He half that.
Yeah.
So if this kid halves his numbers of
Yeah, not good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but to put some three,
Who's Oklahoma State's non-constant? Oh, they play
Yeah.
Oregon against next year.
they do.
That's
At
a,
home.
We should go to that game.
Oh, if it's a
If
bye,
it's a day night, or if it's a day night.
it's,
If we get a morning game and that's a night
we'll
game,
pod from the stands.
it's September.
It's a Friday night.
I don't think I'm allowed.
Oh,
to.
September 12th, that's Michigan.
Oh, we won't be there.
Darn it.
Yeah, we'll be.
It's a busy week for me. I got Guns N' Roses in Dallas on them.
Is he gonna be alive?
Da, 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 da.
They're taking the big road trip to Tulsa, and then they've got Murray State.
Classic.
Murray State.
So that's wow, Murray State. Okay. So
You have to lick your wounds with someone.
Is
after-
that Bill's team or Bill? No, just Murray.
Yeah.
Different Murray?
yeah, different Murray.
Different
Yeah.
Murray.
No, yeah, not the one in Tishomingo. So I don't know. To put the 3.5 in perspective, even though it is a reach because the guy just hasn't put the numbers up against competition, I ran the numbers on how much players should be paid, quarterbacks should be paid, power 4 quarterbacks should be paid. It's not crazy. If it's the same math as what you have in the NFL, it's right in the sweet spot. That's actually the range is 3 to 6 million in the conferences of the power 4 conferences. So it's not, the numbers aren't actually crazy. People are getting eye popped about it. It's not insane.
Are you basing off the 20 million as a cap?
No, I'm
Do you
basing it
think
on
Mateer- do
the
you think
percent
Mateer-
of revenue that football is as a percentage of the programs for all of the different universities, and looking at the same ratio that you get in the NFL, it's really close to that. And so 4 to 6 was the range for Power 4
Well, I
conference.
think the
quarterbacks.
market has come up with its values.
Yeah, it's not crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
Some of it could be crazy because you could have people that are billionaires that they're just throwing money around that doesn't mean anything to them. That'll run its course. People will come up one way or another. They're going to figure out, all right, I'm not going to just throw money into a dead hole.
I would.
And
I could say not.
yeah, and so we'll see all this kind of play out, and also with the university. So this game can only be played for so long before the money starts to get a little scarce. And I think that's what you're going to see with a lot of these programs is you're going to see them say, all right, hey, timeout. We can't do this anymore. We're not going to try to compete at this level. We got to do something different, or we got to find another place that we want to be. Not everyone can be the Texas Tech. Not everyone in the Big 12 can be the Texas Tech, much less the entire nation. So you're going to see we're still in the early stages of what this is going to be, but these numbers aren't insane. They aren't crazy. They're just getting the guys the money that they're generating. So I got a trivia question for us. This will be the last trivia question until next season, unless we can come up with some. I'm not going to make it an official thing we have to come up with, just like we'll do the last prop bet tonight. But the trivia is that since it began in 2014, there have been 49 college playoff games through the quarterfinals this year. How many of those 49 were won by current SEC teams?
So it's not too far back in history where I want to go back and try to count.
I'll go slightly over half.
It's 12 years of college football playoffs, so
I'll go 28.
okay.
I'll go 49.
Out of 49 and 49. Have you watched football?
So it's 49 total games.
49 total games.
I'll
That means 49 winners, Nolan. Stats man.
Thinking like 19, 20, 21. I'll say.
Well, why don't you just pick one number? I don't know.
I'll say 19.
Okay.
22.
I was gonna say 23. 23.
The correct answer has been uttered, but it was not guessed. 21. All other conferences are 25, and then Notre Dame has 3. SEC is 21 and 18. Big 12 is 16 and 14. ACC 8 and 7. Independent 3 and 3. Pac-12 0 and 0. Big 12 1 and 4. American Conference 0 and 1. Mountain West 0 and 1. Sun Belt 0.
So the SEC has 40 something percent.
Yeah, a significant percent. And if you look at just those that were in the conference, what conference they were in at the time, SEC has 21 because OU lost and Texas lost. Texas won when they were
won.
Yeah. But they were in the SEC. Big 10 is 14 and 11. ACC still 8 and 7. Independent 3 and 3. Pac-12 was 2 and 3. That's gone. Big 12 was 1 and 9. They're now 1 and 4 with Texas and Oklahoma leaving.
Improved.
Yep.
Yeah, in a sense
They got rid of dead weight.
They did, I guess so. Except for in appearances and money. But 21 out of 49. That's been dominant. I'm seeing a lot of chatter about the Big Ten as the new conference. I don't buy it at all.
I don't either.
I think that's not understanding
People,
the landscape.
For some reason,
They're grabbing about the bowl games.
nationally, they haven't gravitated towards the fact that nobody cares what balls. The team doesn't care. The coaches don't care.
So many
Nobody
people
cares.
The players, when you got so many opt-outs.
Yeah.
Well,
No, I know.
But
Other.
it's also like I said, like you go through the gauntlet of the SEC,
Yes.
and then you get to a postseason game that's not and again,
meaningless.
yeah, that's
Yes.
meaningless to an extent, and you're just like, well, damn, like this is.
Well, you're
I'm
being-
sorry, but it's hard to get up for this.
I mean,
Yeah.
Vanderbilt was trying to win.
Yes.
Yeah.
Illinois.
Illinois.
I've got a doctor that.
Michigan was trying to beat Texas, but Michigan didn't have a coach. They didn't have some of their players that were already bouncing to the NFL.
And for Texas, it was still meaningful.
Tennessee.
Yeah, Texas really didn't.
It was still
close.
meaningful
Yeah.
for Texas.
That's a good win for Texas.
Yeah.
Like that's a
Oh, they beat them more than we did, so they're better than.
No, but Texas was
they also
still.
gave up more points than we did.
They were on that cusp of it's still an important win.
They were the
puts you
one
at a
team where
number.
it was really important.
That puts you at a number.
The
that
only
it's
other
still,
that was I'd say Vanderbilt was important and they almost won.
Yeah.
Tennessee was important and they almost won. But let's come on, guys. We just can't look at it that way. Look at the top to bottom of these two conferences and tell me that the middle of those conferences aren't vastly different. SEC is so much better.
Oh,
I would
best
love to
player or best defensive player on camera. 3 weeks ago said
SEC's
we have
different.
3 or 4 hard games a year in the Big Ten,
Yeah.
and in the SEC it was every
Week in, week
week.
out.
Yeah.
Every
And
single
I would
also-
love to rest players against freaking Vanderbilt in the third and fourth quarter.
Right.
But I can't.
Right.
Yeah.
You also
We don't
had
have
like
Maryland,
Mississippi- or
Rutgers,
the third
Mississippi
Big
State,
12
Illinois
team
on
playing
the
the
Arkansas
seventh
schedule.
SEC
Or Kentucky.
team, stuff like that.
Yep.
There was a lot of that going. Now Vanderbilt losing to Illinois was a bad one, but you did have some where it's like, oh, the 8th place SEC.
So they were
team
actually even
played
in
the
where they
fourth
were.
place
They were the same
of this
position in the
league.
conferences.
LSU.
Yeah, that's the deal. You had
Yeah.
third place ACC against 8th place SEC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Which is another annoying thing. If you wanted to make bowl games,
Well, our third place team is in the playoff.
right?
So
But if you wanted to make it significant, you would try and make apples to apples of
Right.
conferences,
Right.
of who plays who,
Right. And that's
and not just some
well,
alignment that
and
has
something
to-
we talked about a lot and talked about earlier in the pod. The SEC, because of its strength, I think also because of the way it did its scheduling, had more matchups that were difficult for the tough team to the top teams. Whereas the Big Ten, those teams avoided each other.
Yeah,
They-
Indiana only played Oregon and USC
Yeah.
all season.
Yeah.
Essentially, that was their two.
They didn't play Michigan. They didn't play
did
Ohio
Penn
State. They
but
didn't play Penn State.
ended up being
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah, exactly. And so you got Ohio State, who played Michigan, of course. Played who else did they play? They played Texas.
who?
Ohio State. They didn't
Yeah.
play. They didn't play
In the Big
Indiana.
Ten?
They didn't. They didn't play. They played Penn State. Did they play Penn State?
Yeah, they played Penn State, but
Again,
they
it
won
wasn't
3
ended up
games,
not
so
being
whatever.
good.
Yeah,
They didn't play Oregon. They didn't play USC. So
Michigan is the only one.
so
they
Yeah.
played Washington.
it's not comparable. And
Which was a game in the first half.
yeah, and shouldn't
Yeah,
have
it
been.
was.
Yeah. So, it's apples and oranges for sure, I think. Well, now let's transition to some predictions, and let's start with the prop bet, our final prop bet, and turn the page to it. So, rounding out, looking at where we stand, I'm 8-9, Connor's 10-7, Lucas is 10-7, and Jay is 8-9. So, as a group, we're 36-32. We did a really good job picking really difficult prop bets this year. Here's the prop bet for this week. It's based on this. The average margin of victory in this year's college football playoff has been 17 and at 0.25 points, which has been interesting. A lot of what you would call either blowouts or near blowouts.
Been
for
a
sure.
lot of not great games.
Yeah, a bunch of really big ones. We've got two that we're going to talk about in the locks that are 3.5 point margins. What will the largest margin of victory in one of the semifinal games be, over or under 6.5?
Will one of the
Over.
margins of victory
Be over 6.5.
one
Over.
of 2 games, one of the
Over.
teams wins by
Over.
3.
Yep.
Going over.
I went over too. Everybody over.
and it's going to be
Even
Indiana,
though it's 3.5.
Indiana
Indiana.
waxing Oregon.
Yeah.
I
I
like
think
it.
Indiana wins by like 17.
Well, hold your predictions, because we're about to talk about exactly that as we get to the locks of the week.
The Realist Deal Locks of the Week.
So for the locks of the week, last week, looking at the algorithm, I was 2-1.
Oh boy.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Connor was 2-1. Also pretty good.
Finally.
Lucas.
0-3.
Lucas was 0-3.
Damn, Daniel.
I think it was our first 0-3 all season.
I think you might be right.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Save the worst for last. Way to go.
That's 'cause
Nearly
I said
last.
the regular season should have ended our picks.
Uh-huh.
So-
Okay. Well, Jay was 2-1. He didn't take that. The listener was 1-2. So for the season, I'm 25-26, one game below 500. Connor's 21-29-1. Lucas is 25-26, also one game below 500. Jay, our leader, 26-25, always our leader.
So hold on.
No, I was the leader last week.
So
It was
hold on.
always leader.
Before we
I had a 1-game lead.
I'm gonna.
before we get into locks, I think these two need to send you their picks separately.
Yes, I was gonna say. Yeah.
Because
no.
I do
Because I
not-
was going to go the opposite of what
Exactly.
Well, me
Not
too.
want-
I've got mine locked
do
in.
not want collusion.
Yeah, no collusion.
Uh,
So start.
Well, I'll send mine in, and
Start-
then he won't.
And he'll go first. So as a group, we were 97, 106-1. The listener, not very good, 17-34. Yeah, listen harder. So I'm going to start with the listener's picks and then work into mine, and then we'll go to to Lucas, and then we'll go to Connor.
Can we pick totals, or is it we're just picking
No,
those,
we're just
those
picking
two games?
Those
only?
2 games, my friend.
I thought we picked
So-
the NFL this time last year.
No, 2 or 3 years ago, we picked an NFL game to do it. So, listener is going to take Ole Miss getting 3.5. The listener is Max, and he's going to take Indiana giving 3.5 to Oregon. I like half of those picks. I like Miami giving 3.5 to Ole Miss, and I like Indiana giving 3.5 to Oregon. So the one I would say that is a little bit difficult is the Miami Ole Miss. There's just a lot going on with that game, and with Ole Miss in particular. But I think Miami actually gets to the championship that way.
Breaking news:
Yeah. Oh God. Wait. I'm gonna change my picks.
Marcus Strong has committed to Clemson.
Clemson.
That feels like
Good for him.
Feels like him. You
That
know?
feels like a good fit.
Feels like
Yeah.
Brent Venables
Yeah.
guided that to
Yeah.
Denver to say, you might need some help. Let me
Yeah.
give you something.
Yeah.
Well, then he can guide us to Clemson player.
There you go. Yeah.
No, I like your analysis, Steve. I'm actually
Wait. I
Lucas,
don't
we're
want.
going
Yeah, I want
Lucas.
Lucas first. I don't want even you to influence
That's
Lucas.
fair.
Lucas, what do you got?
I'm gonna tell you one thing: nobody can influence me. If y'all don't know that by now.
Yeah, that's true. No amount of logic
Unless
or
it's
reason
Jay and you're trying to
could
catch up.
influence him.
I mean, I think when I'm picking is what Jay's picking. I'm going the same as Steve. I'm going Indiana and Miami, which sucks because now we can't finish.
Yeah, you'll finish.
We got one more game.
Steve
We
could
could-
tie.
We got one more game, the championship, and
You
so
guys-
we could.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we podding before then?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Next week
I'll
we're
send it
podding.
to you.
Next week we're podding.
I'll send it to you.
All right.
Well,
Connor, what do you got?
I'm gonna go with Max. I've got Ole Miss and Indiana. I think Ole Miss figures it out. I think they've found a little bit of
I don't hate that.
destiny
I don't hate that.
to it. Miami's still got to figure out how to score.
man, we're gonna really screw some shit up then here.
We'll see. Jay, what do you got? What'd you
Indiana,
say?
Miami.
Indiana and Miami. He's got the same.
So
See, I would change mine to Ole Miss.
Yeah,
You would.
yeah.
We know. Yeah,
I
we
know.
know it.
Yeah.
We know it.
Here's I think the best player on the football field will be Chambliss,
I agree.
but
I think Miami's defense.
I
will be
was surprised at what Miami made Ohio State look like.
Yeah.
They absolutely out athleted, out efforted, out executed, out physicaled the number one team that all season.
The only reason I'm picking Miami is the defense. I
Mhm.
still don't trust Carson Beck. We talked about
But Ole Miss
Their
doesn't
game-
have,
He's a wild card.
he doesn't have Ole Miss doesn't have a good
he
defense.
either does just enough to be a good game manager or he does the dumbest shit. So this is game manager game with Miami's defense maybe getting to Chambliss and causing him is I think he's the best. I don't understand why he wants another year in college when I think
Yeah.
he would be the number 2 quarterback taken. People were like, "Oh, Dante Moore." If you give me an NFL franchise and tell me to pick between those two guys, I'm taking Chambliss 10 days out of 10 against Dante Moore.
I think
Personally,
I think I agree with that. To be honest,
Mendoza,
I don't know.
I think he's a game manager type in the NFL, but Chambliss is a guy that could be a Jaden Daniels type guy. I think he's got way more upside than any of the other quarterbacks coming out this year.
Yeah.
And it's surprising to me that he can make a bunch of money if he gets another year of eligibility because Ole Miss is probably going to pay him $4 or $5 million. But an NFL contract, if he goes in the top 10, would be worth way more than that.
Well, yeah, and you don't have injury risk. You don't have all the
Right.
things.
Everything's guaranteed.
I mean, you don't have
Let's go to class.
a bad year.
yeah.
I mean, you're playing in the SEC. You
Yeah.
could have a sideways year, and all of a sudden, somebody. I mean, John Mateer may blow up, and
I
all of a
mean,
sudden, you're.
Kuiper has Mateer ahead of Chambliss on his quarterback board of if
Huh.
these guys came out.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's
Which is more reason because Mateer's not, so
Right.
more reason to get out
Exactly.
now. Yeah.
And I mean, some of those throws that he made on the deep balls
Yes.
were unbelievable.
But he does it. He
against Ohio
does it
State.
all the time. I mean,
He
I've
did it
watched
against
it.
us.
I've watched the last. I know, but I've watched the last 2 playoff games.
He didn't
He's
play at
making
Ohio
like
State. What do you
he's
think?
making like 1
Do
or
what?
2.
He didn't play Ohio State.
He said against us.
Oh,
Against
again.
us,
So
He's made like a couple of those throws per game in the last 2 games he's played.
Yeah, he's
Just drops
he's
dimes.
peaking.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I think I did say Ohio State. I meant Georgia.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
he was throwing those deep
But
balls against
it's
Georgia,
crazy.
Yes.
who have better athletes than Ole Miss. I mean,
Right.
but his
Oh,
arm
yeah.
was super strong, and his accuracy was pretty
I mean,
damn good.
If you
Under
can
the- under
perform
pressure.
like that against a Georgia defense,
Yes.
that's incredible.
And that's another Lane Kiffin, lucking out. They brought him in as a backup.
I know.
Yeah, he wasn't even supposed to start. this year.
Where did that kid go? Simmons. He committed somewhere.
Yeah.
So, Missouri, right?
Yes.
Hope not.
Yes, it is.
That's not
He's
good.
a lefty, I think. So he's obviously not very good.
Spin is all
Left-handed
different.
sucks.
Oh,
Weird too. Weird people.
Yeah, just strange.
The worst.
So
They are the worst.
it's gonna be interesting.
Vouch for that.
You got
My
the
wife's
Thurs-
left-handed
you
car.
got the Thursday, Friday.
Oh, I thought you meant Missouri people. No, sorry. My mother's left-handed, so
Here's what I want to know is, I mean, just short tangent, but why, if he was going to be the starter this year at Ole Miss, but he got hurt, Simmons,
Mhm.
and Chambers came in, Simmons is leaving Ole Miss to go somewhere else
Yeah,
when Chambers hasn't been given that extra year, and I still think he needs to go to the NFL instead.
right.
Why is he not going to be the starter at Ole Miss next year?
And his extra year is he's
Because
really,
Simmons is a problem.
really
Yeah, it's
stretching
not a
it.
Heineke
Right.
situation
No,
where
no.
Heineke's no brainer and Chambers one's.
Yeah, very, very difficult.
Oh,
to
like the
achieve
shameless
that.
thing is up in the air. Like if they're going to grant him an extra year.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, all of his have been in.
I thought you meant it was a. I thought you meant it was just a decision of his
No.
to make.
No.
No.
He's petitioning for the extra year. I don't know why he just doesn't go to the NFL. And I don't know why Simmons is leaving Ole Miss.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me.
Simmons may have came for Lane, and then
Right,
Lane
yeah,
doesn't.
you jumping ship.
And when he go to LSU,
Well, not if Lane doesn't want him there.
Lane doesn't want him there.
maybe
Lane wants something
Found
else.
out enough.
he wants
you
a
know?
Washington quarterback.
I don't
He's already
know.
signed with
Found another
Washington.
little golden boy.
Yeah. Well, it
Or Sam Levitt.
There's a lot of-
I think he's overrated.
there's a lot going on that I don't understand as well. What's going in the calculus of some of these guys' decisions. It's going to be fun watching the games. It's going to be nice knowing that I don't have to really worry about or root against a team. It'll be
Just for locks.
just for locks and just the interest in the sport. But there's nobody I'm like, oh, please let them lose. Please let them
And we
lose.
got
Which has
one
been a
Thursday
long
and one
time.
Friday.
One Thursday and one Friday, which is, so
When do you
natural.
play college football.
Well,
Well, I guess they
normally
play every day of the week except for Monday now. Monday and Sunday.
Well, they changed that actually. So it's not. It used to be like a Tuesday, and it kind of gravitated towards the Saturday. But all of a sudden, now here we go.
Yeah.
So the NFL can.
It is good seeing like 4 new blood teams that are out there,
Yeah,
like at playoff teams. I mean,
you
you're
got
not seeing normal.
Oregon
normal
is the
teams.
only one.
Yeah, I
that's
guess
not.
Oregon.
But they
haven't won it. They haven't won it though. So
They've
it's like-
barely been there. They barely.
I mean, Miami historically in the last
It's been 20
40
years.
years.
right.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still. It's
I mean,
like
they're not a
it's been-
blue
it's
blood,
been
but
20
they're the next
No,
one down.
but the closest to a blue blood is Miami.
Yeah,
That's
it's been
saying
20
something.
yeah. Maybe I
Yeah.
shouldn't say new blood. I just mean
Yeah.
new teams that in the playoff
Yeah,
era
sure.
that have just not usually been.
No,
Was it
absolutely.
was it 01 for Miami?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a
So
And
Yeah,
then
so it's been almost as long as us.
that was the last time they made the national championship, right?
That's the
No,
last
they
time
won. They
I mean, yeah,
they lost to Ohio State in
And
2002.
2002 they were lost. That's right.
They haven't been, they've contended for, I mean, they've won an ACC championship a time or two since.
Nothing,
No,
nothing
No-
close. I don't
Nothing
think
close to.
anything.
They didn't make the playoffs.
they haven't
So-
won an ACC championship, have they? Since when they joined in,
Because they were in the Big East before, right?
Well, you're the stats guy. I don't know.
I don't
Tell
think they
me.
won a big.
No,
I don't think they won an ACC championship.
it's only been Florida State and
How
Clemson.
crazy would that be?
And
Three
they
teams-
didn't win it this year.
3 teams in the Final Four didn't win their conference.
Yeah, Indiana's the
No,
only conference.
yeah, Indiana's the only one that won their conference.
They've only reached it once and lost to Clemson 38-3 in 2017.
That's right. They got freaking
But
That was the
80s,
Trevor Lawrence
80s
thing.
Miami, and
No,
then
yeah.
early 2000s Miami.
Yeah.
Like I said, they're not blue blood, but they're the next tier.
Yeah,
No, I was
definitely.
going to bring this up to you guys.
Okay.
It's
Make it quick.
it's short. It's only been 2 seasons, but the bye teams
Are 1 and
not
7.
good. 1-7. Moving forward, do you think that has anything to do? Will you still want to buy next year?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Well, I mean, one, it means you've done really, really well.
Statistically, it's not worked out.
You mean just from the standpoint of winning in the playoffs? I'll take it. I'll take the rest. Yeah.
What about
What if it happens next year? What if they're 0-4 next year? The bye teams. What if they're 1-11?
Still at the bye.
After the first 3 years of playoffs?
I think
I don't think the bias I don't think that's what's
That's an
causing
anomaly.
them to lose. Yeah, exactly.
I think with all of
But you're talking about the top. You're saying the top seeds, the committee's top seeds
The committees,
are
last
losing.
year was wrong though.
yeah, throw them
Because
out
two of
last
those teams,
year.
Okay,
Last year,
Last
two of those
year's
teams were
joke.
BS.
Yeah.
Boise and Arizona State getting the bye last year was trashed. This year, I mean, everybody deserved it. But again, I mean,
Well,
the
Oregon
Ole Miss
was better
Georgia
than
game was an
Texas.
all timer.
Yeah, I agree.
What?
Oregon was better than Texas Tech. I feel like that.
They lucked into a bye because of
Because
the
of the
conference
record.
they play
Yeah.
in, the record. Yeah.
What everybody's talked about, we've gotten crazy props nationally with how well OU hosted their home game.
Outside of busting with the boys.
Oh yeah, I never listened to the pod to see what happened.
That was rough.
What
Did
happened?
they say somebody stopped him from taking video on the sideline or something?
I don't know what, but I mean, he ended up in the upper deck and literally the furthest.
No, that was at A&M.
No, that was here. That was here.
That was
I thought that picture was at A&M.
No, that was here. Oh, maybe the picture, but he said he ended up in the upper deck. I don't know.
No, I didn't listen to the pod, but I think what happened was he said everybody at Oklahoma was great and all this other stuff, but then
There was one guy.
somebody came up to him on the sideline, and from what I gathered without watching it, is they wouldn't let him report video from the sideline.
That sounds like an
During the
NCAA
game.
rep, though. That doesn't sound like an OU
I
rep.
agree, because remember how big a deal like Eddie couldn't shoot from
Right.
the end
Yeah,
zone?
I didn't
probably-
down there.
Yeah,
Contractual.
that was
Didn't even be
a
honest about
playoff ESPN situation,
Right.
and I know we need to listen to that podcast.
But anyways, not to derail.
So anyway, like the SEC people that had kind of given OU crap when they came to the league or whatever, talked about how amazing the trip was. People were talking about how awesome Campus Corner was. That's shocking to me. We didn't go down there.
It may have been that night. It may have been
that
cool
night, but I
They
mean,
do a good job.
nationally, it
But I'm
sounded
saying
like
that they do a good job.
It
It's
sounded
a
like
party.
we just dominated how great of an experience
I don't know if a lot
the
of people.
playoff game was.
I don't know if a lot of people have a campus corner like environment that close to the stadium.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a stone.
And so I think that's
Right.
the difference is like, oh my God, we're right by the
Look,
stadium.
like,
And
it's
here
right
we
there.
are.
You know
Yeah.
how everybody talked about how great Aggie Land was there at Kansas State.
Right. Oh, that
And-
was a joke.
Yeah, it's like a mile and a half away from the stadium,
And it's not that
and
good.
It's not that exciting.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, so all the talk about these teams shouldn't be playing, the bye team shouldn't be playing the first game in a bowl. It's too late to change it for next year contractually, I think.
I think you're right.
So even if they don't go to a 16-team playoff, I think they're going to go to host opening weekend 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1 through 4 the next weekend get the host instead. of
I don't know. I'm
They
not.
have to. I think the attendance.
I don't think so.
I think the attendance has shown it. The numbers. I don't know if the numbers bear out,
Orange Bowl was a joke.
but home games throughout until the national championship.
I don't think so. Here's why
Semifinal
not.
will be a
No
bowl
way.
game.
Here's why-
You'll
here's
never
why
lose
not.
the Rose Bowl. You'll never lose the.
I think they
Orange
just
Bowl.
rotate it every
Yeah.
4 years. Who gets the national championship?
I don't think so.
Semifinal
Well,
and national championship will still be
here's what might make that happen.
what you call it,
Both. Yeah.
The what?
a bowl game. Well, the national championship's not a bowl game, but
Yeah, yeah.
semifinal will be like Rose Bowl,
Orange
Sugar Bowl
Bowl,
this year.
yeah, yeah.
So
Next
so
year,
each
yeah,
year
so
one bowl
Well,
misses out.
Here's why it might
Well,
happen.
2 because the national championship won't technically be a bowl game.
The Bowls did so well without being part of the ones that
Do
weren't
really
a part of the playoff that it might be good enough that they say, okay, we're not afraid. We'll do this and we'll take and just elevate the quality of teams that they have in it and do really well with the Rose Bowl not being part of the college football playoff.
Well, and also don't make automatic qualifiers for specific conferences. Like the Rose Bowl takes
No, yeah, absolutely.
13 and 14.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Pick the best team.
Right.
Now, here's where I push back on that. One, I think it's a nice aesthetic reward for the programs to be able to go to a bowl game.
Mhm.
So when you've got Alabama and Indiana going to the Rose Bowl, I think that means something.
Freaking,
It didn't mean anything
So
to
I think
Alabama
it,
fans.
but so I think it, but I think it still means something, even though they didn't go. I think it still means something they got to go. I
But they're
think it
still getting
means
that
something.
in the semifinals.
But here's where no, I think they still get. We were a Rose Bowl team, and if they would have won, they would be proud to be a Rose Bowl winner. And I think it means something to the players who get to go to a venue that's fun, a destination. They get something out of it. We were robbed of that, if you will. We didn't go anywhere. We didn't have a bowl of any kind. And I think there is something that is lost in that. And I think that from just a player standpoint, that's important. I think that the aesthetic of the entire playoff, if it's just hosted at different stadiums, starts to lose something, even if you're looking at good venues. And it's no guarantee that you're looking at good venues.
Right.
Some of these could be really crappy places to play.
Well,
It could be cold.
You mean
They could
Bloomington,
be
Indiana?
small.
Yeah, but that's just
Exactly.
part of it. though.
Exactly.
But why? But
why make that part
But
of it?
I've seen too much national outcry about how awesome first round weekend was at the home sites, and that
And
Georgia,
crickets, not
Texas
crickets,
Tech,
but the opposite.
Indiana, and who am I forgetting that also to buy?
Ohio State.
Ohio State. They got the
Georgia,
line?
Texas Tech.
Yeah. So those four schools went to bowl games instead. I think that goes away, and it'll be
So you want to go to Lubbock? Lubbock, Texas.
If Lubbock
if they get the buy,
deserved
they
deserve
deserve
it,
to
then
host.
yes.
That is not anywhere close. That's like going to the Sun Bowl.
Yeah, but
I
That
agree.
sucks.
That's
no,
fine.
but not for the team that got there.
Who gives a shit about the team that got there, though?
Well,
That's what
we
I'm
would
saying.
because if we were that team,
Yeah,
I want to play
That's
three
what I'm
OU
saying.
home games.
But that team doesn't get to decide. The entire landscape of college football gets to decide,
Yeah,
and
because the
ESPN
people
gets
on
to
TV
decide.
don't care.
They definitely care. They
The
definitely
people
care that
watching don't
here we are
care.
live from Lubbock.
The
Oh,
people
really?
watching
Great.
do not
Love
care
it.
if you're live. From
Absolutely.
Lubbock.
There is something that matters about the Rose Bowl
Those they're
versus
still going to
Lubbock.
be the semifinal hosts.
And it will be a diminished thing. It won't be as meaningful if it's in Lubbock, Texas versus it's in the Fiesta Bowl or the Rose Bowl or the Sugar Bowl, etc.
I disagree.
I think that it matters a lot.
So if we would have not hosted a playoff game and we would have gone to, I don't know, the Peach Bowl this year,
No, that's not as good.
the Peach Bowl is not as good
I'm saying
as OU hosting.
just like it's better for Texas Tech to host, it's better for us to host.
Okay.
Sure. But from the standpoint of college football, and Oklahoma is a bigger venue than Lubbock, Texas. So that's not a fair
But
comparison.
people around the country were talking about how awesome Norman was.
Yes,
That-
Norman is, not Lubbock. There's a difference
The people
between
in Lubbock
Norman
feel like
and Lubbock.
they feel like
But
we
not
do
the
in
other,
Lubbock.
not the people nationally don't feel that way about it. So what I'm saying is there's a difference between them, and it matters. So if you've got Alabama,
Well, then you keep
and
Lubbock
Oklahoma,
off the fucking playoff schedule.
I mean, who else hosted? Who was
you
we
keep
were-
them out of the playoffs.
No, I'm
was
just
5,
saying you
6,
don't
7.
let Texas Tech get to the playoffs.
Oregon,
That's
Oregon
what I
hosted.
just said. Yeah,
Oregon hosted.
you
Okay.
can't do that.
Texas A&M
Yep.
Yep,
and
Oklahoma and
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
Ole
Ole Miss.
And
So
two-
Ole Miss
but-
is the
but-
marginal.
No,
one
but two of
in
those
Oklahoma.
four
Ole
were
Miss
against.
was the one on the fence where people were like, "This kind
But
of."
the only thing about Ole Miss is
Half
it's
of those
good
were
weather.
against. No, but half of those were against teams that everyone didn't even think should be in.
Agreed. And so it's even a better environment if you've got teams that should be in. That changes the landscape of everything. I think that weather factors into it. I don't think people want to tune in for a Green Bay type of experience.
No,
I would.
I don't think
I
so.
would too.
I don't
What do you
think so.
mean?
If we had to go to Michigan,
okay.
on
Michigan's
you go.
different.
Michigan
No, but no.
hosts,
You go to
you
Michigan.
can't decide which schools get to
You
host.
go to
and which
Michigan
don't.
and
Exactly
you go to
my
Michigan in
point.
12-degree, 12-degree weather, and it's snowing,
Yes.
and this is how you decide your fate of the season.
Well,
And
if
college
the
football,
NFL is good enough to do it, but
Screw
we
that,
can't do it.
Does it
they
for
get
all
paid
games
millions
except
of
for the Super Bowl.
dollars.
So do the college kids.
Yeah.
They
So-
get paid millions of dollars.
I'm telling you right now, the public outcry for the top four teams all going to bowl games to play instead of getting to host after what they got to see between 5, 6, 7, and 8 getting to host and how awesome everybody thought it was is where it's going.
That's my point, though. You can't pick and choose where it's going to be. It's not going to be in Michigan. It's going to be in Bloomington, Indiana.
Well, what if
It's gonna
so
be
be
something
it?
that-
JMU was the 8th team and they got to host
Yes,
Houston or something this
that
year?
would suck.
That would really, really,
That would be awful.
Not for those.
It's
two.
not any different than Norman.
Yes.
Yes, it is. It's really
It's
different than Norman.
totally
It's
different.
about
Who?
40,000
For
people
who?
in the stands.
For who?
For college
For
football.
all the people who want to go that can't go
or
because there's
who
not
are
a seat.
watching the game.
All the people that want to go would go.
Here we are
But this
from a high
Houston
school
and James
stadium.
Madison.
Look at this. Isn't this amazing?
And on TV, I could care less how big the stadium is on TV.
This is your home
they care a lot. No,
So-
they
On TV,
the granddaddy of them all matters because it's the granddaddy
Why don't
of
we
them all
play
in giant stadiums. Well, they should.
Here, I'm telling you, what's going to
No,
happen.
they shouldn't. We talked about that. In
The
Vegas,
semifinal is going to be.
I want the Coliseum,
Well,
National
the Rose
Championship
Bowl-
Coliseum 2027.
Semifinal will be Rose Bowl and Sugar Bowl, and then the next year the semifinals will be Fiesta Bowl and Orange Bowl.
I understand
And then
their
and the national championship will be Indianapolis or Dallas.
All right, here's my.
I don't mind
Atlanta,
compromising and
whatever.
going back to those original 4 BCS bowls. I think the Cotton Bowl and the Peach Bowl could be set aside for high profile non-playoff bowl games.
Yeah.
I would be willing to compromise. I agree with Steve to a point where it's you want to reward players. OU getting to go to a bowl game, regardless if it was first round or second round, would have been a reward.
Screw that. Who cares?
It felt
The players
really
can-
weird when
Yeah.
our season ended at home and not getting to either us go to a bowl game or watch us play in a bowl game. It felt really weird, but that's where college football is.
But
now.
there's pageantry to the bowls themselves as well. Like there's
to the
a
destination.
there's a
other than the Rose Bowl, there's no pageantry.
Oh, absolutely.
There's
There.
literally a Rose Bowl pageant. But
Fiesta Bowl, there's
and a
some great
parade.
pageantry. There's huge
Okay.
pageantry.
Okay.
It means something.
Let me give you this angle.
angle me.
Here's an angle.
go to Angles.
Let's hear it.
So we're not going to angles.
It's closed, right?
Nope.
Oh, how would you know?
I know
Okay.
people go there.
Okay. What about the fact that
Nothing wrong with that.
even us, right? We had to decide what games are we potentially going to and not going to, right?
Okay.
So you're looking at if OU had beat Bama, right? None of us who are all diehard fans were going to go
Right.
to the Rose Bowl.
Well, I had the plane
Why?
tickets pulled up at the Rose Bowl before the Bama game, and I didn't click.
No, but I'm saying, but why?
I should have.
But no, but I'm saying why were we not going to go to that game? Not because we didn't think we could win, because
thought
what?
we were going
Because there's
further.
another one,
Right.
and guess what? There's another one after that.
But that's not any
No,
different.
You know,
If-
no. What I'm saying is, for the fans of the teams, the reward for the fans of the teams that make the playoffs is that you have a chance to watch your team continue through the playoffs.
If you're the host, but not if you're not.
That's half.
Well, it
I
may or
think
may
if
not be
Texas
half.
Tech would have got
That's
to
half.
host a game last
No,
round
I don't.
instead of going
that.
instead of playing what bowl game? I don't even know.
Orange Bowl.
The what?
Orange Bowl.
Orange Bowl was Tech and Oregon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I'm a Texas Tech fan, I would have rather played that game in Lubbock. And I think the pageantry of having the home game would have been as cool.
Yes, I don't
as
dispute
ours
that.
was.
I don't dispute that. But that's from the vested interest that has the most to gain by having the host
No, but-
be
but-
the hosting team.
Okay, but
What if Texas
but
Tech
part
was
of your team doing good is rewarding the fans for your team doing
that
good.
that could be. But I'm going to reverse that and say, what if it's Miami that's in the position that was going to be the host? And so Texas Tech is, we either get to go to Miami to play in the Orange Bowl, or we have to go down and play in their home stadium, or we get to go to Miami to play in the Orange Bowl, or we get to play, call it USC, in their home stadium. So both of them kind of equal out the tropical or the nice environment, but we're going to play in a home field versus a neutral site, and we get to go to the bowl game. So it kind of cuts both ways. It's you can't just look at it from the standpoint of the team that gets to host. You also need to look at it from the opposing fan base's standpoint. And they may be, not only are they
I don't care if the opposing team's destination is Norman, Oklahoma, and it's not cool to go to Norman.
Yeah, I agree.
I could care less.
so just based on where the committee
And the TV
ranks the
and the
teams,
TV could care less. The rest
I
of
think the TV cares. No, I think
the
the
rest
TV
of the
cares.
country does not care where that game is played.
I think there's something to saying this is
I'm watching
in
the Rose
the
Bowl.
Orange Bowl, the Rose Bowl versus I'm watching
You
a game
think that
in
you
the
think that
stadium.
more people would have watched OU Bama in the Rose Bowl than OU Bama in Norman?
Yes.
No,
I don't think so.
it's the same exact
actually
amount of
think it would
people.
You have some.
It's
you
the
have
same
purists.
amount
I
of
think it's
people.
purists.
You have purists who don't care who's playing in the Rose Bowl. They just want to watch the
But
Rose
I don't think that's
No,
the
they
comparison.
will watch the
That's
helmets
not my
play.
argument. That's not
They
my
could have
argument.
played at Irving Middle School,
Yeah, it's
and
not my
everyone would
argument.
watch.
My argument is the risk you run is that it's Texas Tech. And it's in Lubbock
Well,
versus
then
Rose
keep
Bowl.
Tech out of
There's
the
a
fucking
big
playoff by beating
damn
them.
difference. There's a difference. And it's even worse if it's Boise or Indiana or name a place
Or
that's in the
God
north
forbid, Jones,
that is
James
really
Madison.
We can
cold.
keep the social classes
So if
where they need
OU
to
would have
be.
been
Keep
9
Tech out of
and
it.
James Madison was 8, nobody would have watched that game
They would have watched that game.
at James.
But
OU at James Madison.
Everyone would still have watched the game.
I
Yes.
think I actually think it would have been lower. I think it would have been lower. I think it matters that it's
Well, just
the
name
bowls
brand, it would have been
themselves.
lower because James Madison.
No,
OU instead of
no.
Alabama.
Yes, it
It
would.
would-
But no,
would've
reverse
been-
is James Madison and Norman
No,
versus
'cause
James Madison.
Exact
not-
same viewers.
James Madison OU in the Rose Bowl is a bigger audience
No way.
than James
No.
Madison OU
Exact
at
number.
It's
James
only bigger
Madison.
audience because of the date.
No,
they play on
it's the
James first.
exact same number
Equal
of
like
viewers.
that.
It's not.
It wouldn't be the same though in your environment.
It's the
Or your
same
world.
number
It
of
would be
television
the same
viewers.
date.
There's no way.
Yes, it is.
There's no way it could be the same number.
You think
There's draw.
You think a
there's
fan-
draws to everything else.
you think people that don't care about OU or James Madison are watching it because it's the Rose Bowl?
there are some
Yes.
conscious preferences.
Nine?
For sure.
Those-
Definitely over 70, yes.
Yeah, those 9
I
people
agree.
can suck it
I'm
Yeah.
and go on to
like
something.
there are actually people who will prefer to watch one thing in a certain setting on a television than another, for sure. I don't. I'm with Steve. Like, screw Lubbock, Texas. I don't want to watch a game there, even if it's on TV.
It's not any different.
So
at
here's
all.
here's a crazy theory. What if you do this?
Okay, Oregon.
No, no,
Tech
wait,
was in
wait.
the Orange Bowl. If Oregon had to go to Tech, it would have been the same number of people watching Oregon at Tech as Oregon and Tech in the Orange Bowl. The same number of people. The Rose Bowl is the only one that I'm giving you an exception on because it's the granddaddy of them all, and all the 70-year-olds grew up watching Big Ten versus Pac-10, blah 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 blah. But there would have been the same number of people, except there probably would have been more people in the stands
Yes.
at Texas Tech because it would have been completely full, as opposed to the half
The
empty
entire
Orange Bowl.
environment would have been
Texas
better.
Tech versus Oregon. The environment would have been way better at Texas Tech than it was at the
I
Orange
think
Bowl.
you're
Is that
right about the
correct?
environment. I think that pushes back a lot on this. Is that you have especially if you have teams that come from really afar versus teams that
Well,
can
they
come
all
from
will
closer
come from
or
afar.
care. No, I don't think they'll come from afar. Well, not always. Not if you're more deliberate
with set bowl games
about
like
it.
that. They
Not,
are.
not if you're more deliberate about
If
how you
Indiana,
do
Alabama was at
this.
the Fiesta Bowl, it would have been the same number of people. All the Indiana people would have gone. They were more.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
were probably more
Yeah,
excited
Yeah, probably
to be at the Rose Bowl because of the Pac-10, Big Ten thing that they
Yeah.
grew up with.
Yeah,
But there would have been just as many Indiana fans at the Fiesta Bowl as there was at the Rose Bowl.
But there
Other
wouldn't be,
than
there
Tennessee,
wouldn't be as
other
many.
than, like,
there wouldn't be as
State.
many.
that,
there wouldn't be
but
as many
that's not the
Bama fans.
consideration. The consideration that I'm worried about.
I know, but you had left.
What I'm worried about is a lot of games that are played at places like Indiana. I don't think that's good for college football. I think it's better for college football if that game is in the Rose Bowl or in Miami or in Dallas than if it's in a cold environment that is snowy and
Do you know how
It
many
has something
people
like
watch
that.
Buffalo versus the Patriots? And
sure,
it's 20 degrees
Different.
and snowing,
it's a different
and
world.
people tune in just because of the
But they
weather?
don't have anything comparable to bowls. They don't have something like that.
Yeah, because
So what if you did what if you did this? What if you make the first round non-buys bowl games? Like solid bowl games. And again, you'd have to move
And then the bye
and then
team
the,
you
and then
get.
the buy teams
Oh,
get the
so
first
OU
game.
Bama was at the Sugar Bowl or something.
Correct. And then you make the
I
second
actually
round.
like that because
You make the second round
But
on the
then,
field.
but then Indiana still hosted.
well, no, I agree.
But you still get the bowl
I
game.
know that,
And
but I
Tech still
like
hosted.
that. But the reason I like that is the same reason that I think what we're arguing is sort of like, well, it's edging towards the 16-team playoff, which I think is a mistake, and I'd rather be 8, and I'd rather be 8, and then you could be in bowl games, and even if you had the home games in the first round, because I think it's too many damn teams, and it's too many teams that shouldn't be there. And my complaint against Texas Tech and Indiana and all these other places hosting is it's too many people. There are too many teams that are in this playoff who really don't deserve a chance to win this thing. I know Texas Tech had a really good record. I know Indiana had obviously the best record. But in general, I would like it to be more selective as to who gets into the playoff. And I think that's the problem that we're going towards in college football as we have 12 teams and now potentially 16 teams. We're arguing about who should host when we really should be thinking about who should get the most advantage because we don't want a team that is 12th in the playoff winning the national championship.
Well, the problem when they went to 4 teams and then the expansion talk started, I've always thought 8 was the right number. Even 15 years ago, 8 was the right number. But once they went to 12, they're never going down.
No, never going.
So
never
that hypothetical is completely gone because
I agree.
They're only going to go with 12
No, I
and go
know.
up to 16.
I
It's
know.
never going to go down to
No, I
8,
know.
which we think it should.
Yeah.
But those days are gone.
Yeah.
So you just can't even mention that anymore.
And I'll say I am only 60-40 that I think those second round games should be in bowl situations. I'm not that hardcore
Well, it
about it.
sounded like you were arguing like it was 100%.
It's just fun to argue with you guys because you guys are so damn committed.
I
But-
just think it would be, for as cool as it was here, it would have been cool for Georgia to
I agree.
host Ole
It
Miss.
would have. It definitely
in
would have.
Athens.
I totally agree. What I worry about is a bad environment, and I worry about losing. You want year after year after year.
I think
Rose Bowl should be a part of it.
I think
Rose Bowl should be a part
But
of
they've
it.
always
your
been
determination of a
the-
bad environment
the elite
is
through the now at the Rose Bowl.
It's a
your
small stadium.
opinion.
Exactly. My opinion is all that matters.
No, but I'm saying it's not a bad environment for that entire fan base.
yeah,
that whole city.
that small, tiny little fan base who just woke up and was good at football.
And okay, I guess my
But it's
argument,
also-
my argument then is
compared to
Okay.
some
but
other
our
ones.
fan base is 80 years old.
okay. My argument is the Tennessee, or I'm sorry, the television fan base is irrelevant to the location of the game.
I don't think it's totally irrelevant.
I think outside the Rose
I
Bowl.
agree
it
with
is.
Connor. I don't think
Because, like I
it's
said, the
irrelevant.
Orange Bowl. I mean, people were watching the Pop-Tart Bowl as much as we're watching the Orange Bowl. Seriously, the numbers came out.
But that
I
was
watched the Pop-Tart.
can you recreate the Pop-Tart Bowl in
The Pop
Indiana?
Bowl, people watch the Pop Tart Bowl to watch Pop Tarts and dance on top of toasters. They cook themselves alive. Like that's
This is
why
true.
people. That's why
This is
people
true. We gotta be
watch
careful
Pop-Tart
about who
Bowl.
we're saying. Like
You're
in
really
general,
splitting hairs
there's a
here.
I'm
lot of
just
people.
saying.
No,
like
that was
people
the
watch
most
the
viewed
Duke's
bowl
game.
game
People
was the
watch the
Pop-
Mayo.
I'm
Duck
just
on the
saying.
field.
Outside the
outside of the
You
playoff bowls.
you will not be able to convince me that the national television audience cares where the game is played.
I don't like the fact. The only thing I'll say about the multiple round home playoff games is for fans like us, if we would have had to have traveled to Indiana, and let's just say we have the means and the time to go do that, we are limited drastically by how many of us can be there at one time.
Well, I
Yeah,
guarantee.
I know.
guarantee
I
you.
know it's a benefit to Indiana. I
No, no,
understand.
no,
I guarantee you, I'm going to the Rose Bowl, or I'm going to Fiesta Bowl, or you name a big bowl. I'm going to Houston, Dallas, Atlanta,
You go to Fort Worth next
Miami.
year.
I'm going to any of those over. I'm going to the first round being in Indiana.
Okay,
being
but
in Indiana.
what you're not taking into account is if you win that game and you're the higher seed for the next round, it's back here in Norman.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That
The higher
that would be
seed
pretty
just
cool.
keeps getting the home game.
Now that's a challenge, though.
But yeah, it's
So I'll give you a
can't-
logistical
can't
challenge to
plan
that. That's really tough. Remember how tough it was?
What are you talking about?
It was.
They don't know
No.
who in the NFL playoffs is going to have the next
Exactly.
week's game.
The NFL. The NFL is a totally different animal.
Can you
The
imagine
NFL
40
owns those stadiums. The NFL, they don't have a university that they have to figure out how
If
things
we
are going
had to
work.
play at Indiana, or just use Bama. Let's just say we switched. We're at Bama for the first round of the playoffs this year. We win at Bama, and then we're at home the next week for an OU game.
Mhm.
We can make that game, and as fans,
We can
that's
make
our
that happen,
reward.
but it's really difficult for the university to pull that off. The logistics are tough. They're not
You
easy.
just have to be ready that you might.
I mean, those hotel rooms already get booked for the team.
Figuring out what you're going to do is not free. because you don't know. You got a lot of stuff you've got to schedule, and it's on a maybe basis.
And you've
Well,
got
okay,
10,000
but you
other
think
people
that's
trying
hard
to do it.
You
Yeah.
think that's harder?
One time.
You think that's harder than playing at 3 different major locations?
Yes, a lot
As a
harder.
fan?
Think about the
I
accommodation.
don't care about a fan. I'm thinking about the logistics of the university that has to pull this thing off. To send a team to the Rose Bowl, again, to use that one, or any of the others, is a hell of a lot easier than we're going to host a game, and we're going to bring in security, and we're going to have the vendors, and we're going to have all
Well,
this
I
other
think
stuff.
the $40
That's
million
really tough.
in ticket sales will make up for it.
Well, it should. It's not that big, but
That's
it
going to
should.
NIL, dude.
Fine. I'm just saying.
No,
I don't
you
know
think
how
it
you
would, but it's tough.
I don't know how
They
you
had to
wouldn't
move
want 3
graduation.
OU home games.
They had to change everything just for this one.
I don't know how you wouldn't want 3
You
OU
wouldn't
home
have
games.
any students.
No,
you
we
don't,
would want.
you don't
we
want
would.
3
we
OU
would-
playoff home
You don't
games.
get 2.
Let's take a-
The semifinals is
Okay, fine. You don't want back-to-back OU home playoff games.
You
I would
can't.
love it. I would love it.
But you can't flip like if you're the higher seed in the next round because the lower seed won on the other side of the
Yes, you
bracket.
flip it.
You can't
Why?
because it's logistically massively
No, it's
not
not.
possible.
It is not.
It is.
You
It
have to
happens in every other sport.
No, it
No, it
doesn't.
doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't
The NFL
happen
doesn't
every
do that.
because every other sport does
Yeah.
not go over the Christmas break. The university is literally closed for those 3 weeks that you're talking about. They would have to open back up.
A stadium opens up. The university doesn't open
They
up.
have to open up everything. They are literally closed for business. That would be a big. It could happen, but it's a big change.
It's possible.
Hey, our
It's a
Kansas
big
Kansas
change.
got canceled this semester. They closed down for their.
You're
game.
welcome.
Yeah.
All right.
Down.
Well, that was lively, fun discussion. We'll see.
Me and Jay won.
If we can lock in the OU host all the way through the national championship, I'll take it. Other than
Yeah,
that,
let's just have the
I-
national championship in Norman. I mean, why
there
not?
we go. Why not? Why not? Well, we're gonna be
Someday.
back after the playoffs or after the semifinals to talk about the championship.
Maybe.
Give our final locks. Absolutely, no doubt about it. And until then, Boomer.
Sooner.
Sooner.